talk. Entertainment. Yeah. Women awareness. Trey so respectfully. When the conversation gets real. Detroit soul with a grown folk feel. Hot topics. Deep talk. Talk about it. Oh, talk about it. From culture to church, from laughter to life, we say what needs to be said, respectfully. From culture to church, from laughter to life, we say what needs to be said, respectfully.
What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? What is up? Why this thing? It always do this to me. Hey y'all, how you doing? What's going on? Guess what? You're breathing. So you got something to be happy about. We are here, we are here, we are here. Yes, it is Sunday. It is time for us. It is time for the ladies. Um, and we are here. We are here. We are here. How are you guys today? Let's see who's in the room. We got Stephanie is in the building. Blessed Woman is here. Uh got our guest is here. Like Jarrell is here. Like everybody, y'all come on in. 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 Just being so me. What's going on? How are you? How are you? What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? How is everyone's Sunday? Did you go to church today? Or did you do the bedside Baptist? Do we have any bedside Baptists in the building, or did you actually go into the four walls today? Did you go into the four walls? I did virtual today. Um our air quality yesterday, it had improved. We was in the pool, all of the things. Um and I was excited. I had cracked the window. The breeze was wonderful. It had like cooled off tremendously. When I opened the window, I said, "Ooh, this is gonna be some good sleeping weather." Well, I got the sun was like, so when I wake up in the morning, I open my eyes and I just look out. And I said, "Whoa, why does the sky look cloudy again? Why? Why? Why?" Please. I said, "Well, maybe it's just me." So I rubbed my eyes, just being so me. Said, "Listen to my church service in the car on the way to the beach." Oh, absolutely awesome. Oh, on the way to the beach. I wish, not today. So anyhow, so I picked up my phone to see what was going on. And lo and behold, this is what I saw. We're in another air quality alert. It has gone back up. I think last time I looked, it was 250 or something like that. Right now it's 122, which is still unhealthy. So yeah. And then they say this is supposed to go on through September. What in the Sam? Like, yo. So yeah. That's where we are. We are back in It's low, but it's still there, and I'm not. I I'm not. There is a there's a certain smell to it. Like, you know how it is when you know what fire burning smells like. You know that. But this has like a underlying burn to it that it's just is y'all say it's trees. Blink twice if you think cuz nah. I it's more than that. It is absolutely um more than that. So let's see. They've canceled like all of our outside events, all of our concerts. We have house music, like a National Detroit um, house music celebration every Sunday. They've canceled everything. They've canceled everything. I do hear people outside in the pool. Uh, their kids. I don't know. It just I know my kid wouldn't be out there. I don't even let my fur babies out. So I know I wouldn't let my human baby out. Like, I'm not doing it. What's up, Prayer? Good evening. I remember that the same situation occurred several years ago when the wildfires came from Canada. They did. And at that time, oh, my eyes are watering. At that time, I was in Georgia. So I heard about it, but and then I did come in town and I was like, why is it so smoke? Yeah. So uh I just I don't know. I'm with who we have leading the world. Oh, Father in heaven. I wouldn't mm, never mind. We're not gonna get into that. The juice is here. What is going on? What is going on? The juice is in the building, everybody. The juice is in the building. All right. Let's see. Was it something else? Something else, something else. I'm just trying to do some housekeeping real quick, let everybody get in and get their seats and get their fans. Um, if you need your tissue, go ahead and get your tissue. Uh, and all of that good stuff. So we gonna go ahead and by listen, right now before I forget, we gonna do this now. Hit the like button. Can we hit the like button? Can we be so kind as to hit the like button? You can double tap the screen, hit the three little dots, hit the like there. Um, that's how you hit. Can we get the likes up, please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. If you have not subscribed to the Shine Talk Show, please become a subscriber. We're nice over here. We love the Lord Jesus over here. We likes to have fun over here. We tells the truth over here. That was about to go left. But yes, we get down to it. And on Sundays, we tell it from the ladies' point of view. Okay. Good evening, Mark. Welcome to the room. Welcome to the room. So I was trying to think of a song or like something to play before, and I was scrolling through, scrolling through one of my old phones, and I found some stuff. So we gonna go on back a ways. We gonna go on back a ways. This is a real recording, so the drums is loud. So you might want to, if you want to, turn down just a tad bit. We gonna go old school Baptist. We gonna go old school Baptist. Sometimes you just gotta go back and it did well. Yeah, we gonna go ahead and go old school Baptist, and then we gonna bring up the ladies. Is that all right with y'all? Now y'all know when the guest choir come in, I remove myself. All right. All right. All right. All right. If you ever needed the Lord, I promise you we sure do need him right here and right now. All right, without any further ado, I'm going to bring the ladies on up as soon as I get a thumbs up. Thumbs up. I don't want to bring nobody up in the goodies. Oh, I tickle myself sometimes. All right, let us bring to thine stage the evangelist of YouTube, the marathon winner. Do you hear me? The marathon winner. Let's welcome I am Courtney.
What's up? Good
What's up, girl? Hey,
evening.
girl. Hey.
Hey. Hi,
How are
Shauna.
you? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I can't complain. I can't complain
Good.
today. I can't complain today. And then if I did have something to complain about, it wouldn't be no reason to. I'm
Right.
breathing.
Yes.
I'm breathing. So we all good. We all good. We all good. And then we have the pastor of YouTube,
Yes.
the morning inspiration, the juice and radio talk
Hey y'all,
show.
good
What's going
evening, y'all. Good
on?
evening. We're here. We are here.
Look, we got
How
our
are
black
you?
one. All right.
Come on now.
With the arms out and everything.
Uh-oh, wait, my
I got-
arm is out. I
listen.
put the jacket on because my arm is really out. But I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that to the Saints. I'm not gonna.
Listen. I'm non-denominational. We have our sleeves out. We do, especially when it's
Come
so
on.
hot like it is over here. I got a little jacket. I threw that thing off real quick before these cameras came on. I said it's too hot in this room for that right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Good.
I love it.
Good.
Hey.
Good. So, fun fact before we get into it, I chose this video because I was cleaning out my old phone the other day just to make some space, and I ran across a lot of my videos.
I was gonna ask if that was you. Okay.
Yes, that was 2011. That is actually the choir that recorded that song. So anytime you hear "If You Ever Needed the Lord," that was my granddad, and that was recorded in like 70 something. So, and then the lady that was playing the tambourine is my auntie Andra.
Okay.
She is, well, I can't say well, from all my life, she's been Aretha Franklin's tambourine player.
Oh wow.
So,
Really?
and then my uncle on the organ, Daryl Houston, was her organist, piano. So,
wow.
those
Okay.
are
Got that
those
music and the history of the family, that lineage.
Yes.
yeah. And my
Nice.
cousin has a baby by one of her sons. I'm not gonna say which one.
Yeah.
So it reaches, and my uncle and Aretha were like this. They both got like sick around the same time, so they was always on the phone. They would like, she would be playing, he would be playing. Like it was kind of, I'll say weird now, but watching it, not knowing that they both knew about each other, but nobody else knew.
Yeah.
So it was like real weird. And he passed in March of 2018. She called me, whatever, I'm doing it. Don't worry about nothing. I done already called the funeral home. Like, just get him there.
Beautiful.
Aretha Franklin had called you? How you skate past that?
Well, a lot of people got upset with me because they were like, well, who telling you to do this? Why? And we already know how she is. She's private. You don't say nothing. So I didn't.
Yeah, you right.
Right.
You right.
I didn't. It was people coming to me like, well, who? I said, when Miss Franklin say don't tell, what do? You
don't tell.
Don't tell.
So
you don't.
Yeah. And then she passed in August. So it was just like,
yeah.
So it was like a double for the family, the city, the music. It was crazy. So I saw that and I was like, let me share. I've been posting a whole bunch of other people, but
family.
Let me do my own self sometime.
Yes.
So I'm gonna close out with one that is older than that. So,
okay.
But yeah. So
well, come on, play the tribute to the family. I love it.
Absolutely.
Celebrate and still honor them. Yes.
How was church today?
It was so good. Let me tell you, I went over there to Divine Faith Ministries with Bishop Battles. And
y'all like Battles.
Come on now, that Bishop Battles, he ain't no joke. I tell you, I've been like, enjoying his services over there. My husband really enjoys him. And so we had a good time over there with Bishop Battles. He was wonderful minister.
Bishop Battles, you got two. You keep on. You got two of them. They lurking.
I know.
Lurking.
I know. We over there watching. I'm telling you, but very, very good, kind man of God, and and he really teaches on don't give up. God's got something for you. Just trust him. Just stay in the faith, and and he cares for you, and he's gonna take care of you. And sometime when you feel as though nobody's there or God's not with you, God will show up and he does things on his time. But he's your father and he's gonna support you. And you basically just gotta trust him, even when you're going through hard times. And we feel as though we don't have to go through hard times, but it's not a sign that God is not with you. You're going through it. So that's the sign that God is with you.
Because you're going through. Okay.
Yeah, you going through.
You being in and stuck and all that's a different thing. When you're going through, the key word is through.
Through. Come on now.
There's
Yeah. Where did you attend? Did you go out or I did a survey on my channel today to see who went out, who stayed in, who went and so forth. Let me see. What's my story? Did you go to church today, Sean, or did you?
No, this air is still crazy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got that going still over there.
Yeah.
Watch your lungs. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I've been it's actually sitting right here in front of me. My inhaler is right in front of me, as a matter of fact, just because I'm gonna go ahead because it's been over to that woman. Like
I'm so sorry. I felt like I looked too plain, so I had to.
Listen, you were gorgeous then, and you just gorgeous her. Put an ER on it. Gorgeous her. Yeah, put an ER on it. I love it.
I'm sorry.
No
apologies
necessary, girl. Do what you got to do.
No apologies necessary. I understand.
Yeah.
Oh, Courtney went to the house of the Lord.
Okay, Courtney, where'd you attend today?
My church. So I attended. Yeah, I'm not gonna say the name, but I don't want no problems. But
what?
I had an amazing time. Yeah, you know how these internet streets are really interesting. So
go ahead. Yeah,
I'm not gonna say the name of my church, but
That's
great word today.
Yeah,
it was right on time. We are right at the cusp of transitioning into a new facility. So
you sound like Brian Carr ministry for a moment there.
No, it's not the same.
That transition to a new facility.
Not the same. No, so we've been renovating a facility, and at our facility that we are currently in is paid for in full.
Yeah.
And so we're now about to go into this new facility, and we're about to get that paid off in full as well.
Isn't that a wonderful
do not play
feeling?
Those games. Yes.
Isn't that a wonderful feeling? I mean, to be under a leadership of pastors who manage money well, who know how to do that, and then just to even say, our building is paid for. And that's the one thing that, I enjoy also with Bishop Battles. Over there at Divine Faith, his building is paid for, and he's building another facility adjacent to it that's going to be this huge, beautiful community building, and he's been doing it, finance free. He did mention today that he may have to finance, is not the road that he wants to go on,
right?
But he may have to finance. But isn't it a wonderful feeling? Courtney, I felt when I went in there, I felt as though kind of like light when he mentioned that, because I said, here's somebody that's not going to be beating you up for money. And it's
right.
making me feel better to be able to tend a place that's not in debt. I don't know. It's kind of like a freedom to get from being there.
But see, so I'm going to call him Dr. Battles. Bishop Battles. Is he a doctor?
I don't know. I call him Bishop. I haven't learned. I know some people mention doctor, but I haven't looked up any doctorates.
Okay.
He's right there, in Jonesboro.
Yeah. I know exactly who he is. I sung in his church before. So Bishop Battles has always been that guy, very resourceful, very, all the things. He's older as well as my pastor.
Yeah. He's older. 71. He mentioned it today. He's 71.
And my pastor is in her 60s, her and her husband. So you're dealing with older people who are more seasoned and have more wisdom.
True.
So when it comes down to this matter right here,
it's a whole different viewpoint.
Yeah.
Love it. I'm glad you enjoyed church today.
Yes.
That is absolutely wonderful. We always got to welcome the prelate.
Yes. Hey, St. James.
Hi, St. James.
She
Stop.
goes to Kingdom City. I did go by there today.
You did?
On my way to church.
Okay.
Via
What the parking lot look like?
I said via online. Via online. I'm not in Charlotte.
Okay.
You
My
know,
husband went over there online today.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
I bet you everybody was over there today.
He went over there.
What's going on.
Yeah.
I was there. But I must say that I tipped out early. And I said we would, because he took up the last show a little bit. So I'm going to just say this, and this is all I got to say until August 14th, unless something like, I mean, it's got to be something, because I'm pretty much over it at this point. Like, I've given the grace that, and again, it's not my pastor, so I don't have to give any grace, but I've tried to be that, okay, guys, we gotta let us come here. Like, I did that. You know what I'm saying? And what he did today, I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. It was like from the beginning of the message, you're trying to convince people that God is shifting and God is moving, and you had the people play musical chairs and see how uncomfortable it is to move when you don't want to. I was like, next.
So here's the thing. I've been a part, and I shared this on my live my live marathon the other night. 6 hours long. My God. I've been a member of a church that has been evicted. We were evicted during our convocation. So we were coming back to the evening service when the sheriff was like, you all can't come back in. Okay.
Wow.
And so I understand the parishioners still being there.
Of course.
And I gave my pastor grace because, at the time we experienced like a really major split. So we go from having several services starting from 5 a.m. ending at 5 p.m. Right. So I think honestly, we had anywhere from 5 to 7 services a Sunday, because that's how many people we had. And we were in the process of remodeling another facility to be able to house all the people. Okay. So with all of that, I took all of that into consideration. However, there was murmurings of a mismanagement of funds from people that were employed by that particular ministry.
Wow.
So it's kind of hard for people to stomach you pulling up to the what do you call it? You in a shopping plaza, the storefront. You pulling up to the storefront in your Bentley.
Yeah.
While we're being evicted.
It's a problem.
I
don't, at this point, I don't fault the members. Like the apostle said, and it may sound a little crazy, but it's real gangster. It's real gangster. Because here's the thing. Y'all have the ability to cut the cameras on and off.
Yeah.
You can show today could have been one of those days, and I'm pretty sure people would have understood if you just cut to your closing and your laying of hands and thus forth and so forth. All of that stuff before.
But why would he cut his sermon?
Because of what his sermon was. If he was speaking to his congregation, then that should have been a private moment.
But you have to understand that he also has an e-church.
It could have been,
e-members
they
as
could
well.
have had it for, right, but they could have had it for KCC members. However whatever part of it, whichever state you in, it should have just been for KCC members. If that's the subject that you want to get, that God, this is God shifting us, this is this, because to us, it looks like foolery.
Well, I want to view it from this point, like all of, us YouTubers and influencers and content creators out here. He has from my opinion, I believe his social medias are monetized. And so he may be getting a huge amount of money from the monetization part too. And again, I think that's based on him having a conversation with his social media team as to what do we film, what do we don't film. And if he has authorized them to just film everything, then it goes back on him. And we understand that Prophet Brian Carn, my thought, my opinion, does like a little bit of the controversy. He likes to go viral. And I think that's part of why certain pastors will not cut the cameras off. They will leave them on because the controversy to some of them is something that they welcome.
But I'm gonna push back. But I still don't understand why would he cut the cameras off? Cutting the cameras off is cutting off his evangelism tool.
No, not
so why would he do that?
Not today. Today, after everything that just happened this week, not today.
But that's what people want.
No,
that's what everybody want him to cut the cameras off. I want him to close the doors of the church.
I think
not close the doors of the church. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if today was for KCC community, it should have been streamed to KCC community.
Well, that's what Uncle Paul Media was saying in the chat. Uncle Paul Media said, I think today was for his members. He had to talk to them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If that's the case, then
Prophet Carn had said that he actually had a conversation with them after service.
Oh, okay. And that was not filmed.
That's what I'm saying.
And that was not filmed.
Okay.
He said it out of his mouth. I'll talk to you all after service.
Okay.
About our next step.
If that's the case, then what you did do earlier was for us. This throw off stuff is not. This is not the time.
Let me say this. And this pushback, and let me give this disclaimer. This pushback is not me being a fan, but we have to sometimes try to put the shoe on the other foot to at least try to make it make sense. If you were in his shoes. Well, no, never mind. Because you said you would have shut the cameras down. You would have cut the cameras. You would have done all the things. But I'm thinking as a pastor, you keep going, even in the midst of adversity. You're showing your people that we still have to keep going.
Yeah, I get both of you guys' sides of what you're saying. What I believe Sean is saying is just for the moment, because of what we went through, let's have this private moment together and then we'll proceed the following Wednesday or the following Sunday. I get that. I also get what Courtney is saying. You do have a public church that's out there that watches you and wants to be a part of that. And they may feel as though they're being left out because they cannot attend in person. So it's going to be controversy either way. It's going to be part that say this and part that say that. But I get what both of you are saying. And you're actually both accurate.
This is what you do. Play one of them old goodies if they need a fueling for the day. And your congregation, the people that you need to talk to, then talk to them. Because, this is just my opinion. What it looked like today was another lie.
Here's what I would think, I was thinking about this morning. I didn't watch Prophet Carn's service this morning. I was booked and busy this morning. But here's my thought of this. Had it been if I was in his shoes, I would have asked one of the other ministers to minister today.
Or that.
Absolutely not.
That's what I
Or
would have
that.
done. I would have asked one of the other ministers to, but I would have still been in the congregation. I would have just simply said, "Hey, I'm going to have minister, John, whoever, to minister today." And he could have still, Prophet Carr could have still went up and did the introduction and did the music and did the greetings and all that, but simply said, guys, I'm going to, get a little break today, but I'm here with y'all. But today I'm going to have bishop or pastor do the ministry. I would have done that, and I would have sat and enjoyed the service with my members. That's what I would have done.
Yeah,
now, again, I would probably get kickback from both sides on it as well. Some would have probably enjoyed it, some would have probably not. But we can all view it as how we would have done it, and there's going to be opposition on both sides. So Prophet Karn made a decision to do what he did, and he did it, and he's going to have opposition, and he's going to have those that appreciate it. So it's just the way it's going to fall, and we're all going to have our viewpoint of how we should do it or so forth. But that's simply the way I would have done.
And I watch him on Sundays. I like him. But I just didn't. Today, I was just like, I don't know. I don't know about today.
Yeah, I get it. I feel
I don't know about today, because you can't deny. I don't deny his preaching. Like, when he teach. Again, you pick up what you pick up from certain folk. That ain't my pastor, so I'm not like fully engulfing everything that he's saying. But when he's right, he's right. So I didn't go in today to be like, well, what he gonna say? My honest opinion was, he ain't even about to talk about this.
I have a question. When y'all say he doesn't have humility, y'all want him to walk around with his head bowed down? Like, I'm trying to figure out what are we looking for from him? Do we need him to apologize every 5 minutes? Like, what exactly are we looking for when we say he has no humility?
And here I want to answer this question that you're putting this way. We all view humility in our viewpoint. It may not match our partner. It may not match the next person. But for us to determine what is humility, that depends on the individual that is looking for that form of humility. It does not mean that Prophet Brian Karn has to match what we're looking at, but it's not going to match 100% to everybody else's viewpoint of it. Now, Lynette's viewpoint of humility may be different from, anybody else's. So when people question, like you just did, Courtney, what are y'all looking for? It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. Just like we're talking about the message today, it's not going to be the same. I may look at Prophet Karn and say he's not being humble because he keeps saying things to the bloggers. Somebody else may say, well, that's not, saying that he's not being humble. He should talk to the bloggers. So the stance on what are we looking for as a form of humility is based on the individual that's asking or stating the question.
Got it. I get it. Because I think, and again, because I know I'm going to be attacked as one of the harem or as a Karnite or as a fan, and that's fine. It's not the case, but that's fine.
No. We cleared that
I try to give it. We did. I try to give a different perspective. Imagine, and I feel like saying, Regina, you said this the other day in your apology address, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but just imagine the immense amount of pressure this young man is going through right now.
Which I mentioned, correct?
And so put yourself in his shoes,
right? To
the likes of which maybe the person who has gotten the closest, maybe you, Pastor Regina, because you've pastored a church before, right?
Correct.
So outside of that, we're just bystanders looking.
Right.
And a lot of times it's easier said than done.
Right. It's easier to throw an accusation, a criticism, because you're not close to the individual. You really don't have a real care for the individual. It takes a person to really have real care for somebody to walk them through and to be able to go through what they're going through. And a lot of us who are outside don't really have a true care for certain individuals that we do commentary on.
Right.
And when I did the apology video to Prophet Brian Karn, I meant that not only to him, but to others, because sometimes we get on these screens as content creators and we have conversations and we forget the human side of that individual.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes we say things because it's humorous or it's funny, but we forget that we also may be projecting hurt, harm, or things on them that we really shouldn't do. So we have to be careful and cautious how we do our commentary. It doesn't mean that we're going to stop doing commentary, because I also said that in the video also, and I did a video the very next day on it. But we do have to do what we call proceed with caution, and we just have to be cautious of how we say something. It does not mean that I'm going to allow the public people and the people in the comment to guide how I have a conversation. The conversation is mine to have, but I have to be able to self-correct myself. My intention is not to harm any other individuals, but it's also, I'm not going to be silenced, but I'm going to go in a direction that I feel is going to be better for my channel, my platform, and myself.
Mm-hmm.
But
and that's why I was out when I listened to you, I said, I'm gonna go, because, and then right after I listened to you, I saw the Instagram that Brandy had did. And she was saying how people was talking about her appearance and how you don't know what people are going through. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just leave it alone until August.
Right.
But then the red nose thing came up, and then it was just like, oh man. And then the eviction thing came up, and it was like, well, Jesus Christ, like. And you can look at him and
my head on the eviction. I was like, dog, I ain't like that.
Yeah, once that happened, it was just like, okay.
Yeah. He does need to have some counselors, but I think this is my thought, my opinion. It may not be Prophet Karn's reality. I think several people have probably tried to minister to Prophet Brian Karn about his behavior and certain things. And I think, this is my thought, my opinion, may not be his reality. I think he has rejected the counsel. And I think because of the rejection, he has gotten himself into certain situations and certain fires. That could be a dangerous. Sometimes we feel as though I'm not going to let everybody tell me what to do. I'm the leader over here. I can do this. I can do that. And when people are trying to guide us, and I have to do this on my platform, people will come in my chat, and sometimes I read a comment and I'm like, you ain't gonna tell me what to do. And then Holy Spirit say, read it again. And then I'll read it again and I'm like, okay, I get it. They're not trying to be harmful. They're just trying to help, And so sometimes I think leaders have a problem with the help that comes in, and they see it as trying what's the word? They try and feel like they're trying to control them. But I do think big Prophet Brian Karn has probably had a lot of people that tried to counsel him. He was with the big people. I mean, Rob Parsley, how much bigger can you get? He was with the Benny Hinn's. He was with the big people, but you don't see him with them anymore. So we're going to think that these gentlemen did not sit down and have a counsel with him. So I think he has rejected it. And unfortunately, sometime when we reject sound wisdom, we're out there on the street alone trying to peddle, and it gets harder as the deeper the water gets. And I think right now, Prophet Brian Karn is in some deep water, and he's struggling right now. That's my thought, my opinion. And, he's got a lot on his plate.
I want to, Dr. Blue said you apologize and double down in the same live. And I think
no, I didn't.
The thing that happens is, when it comes to him, it's like nobody wants him to go to jail for real.
No,
that's just real talk. Nobody wants him to go to jail. This is a terrible situation, regardless to if it's self-inflicted.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's still bad to watch someone go through this, and publicly, and almost every day. That's why I was
and
like,
you get a worse situation. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to do. It's enough people doing it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to keep doing it in see, I look at it. It's just, that's why I said until August.
Yeah. And let me respond to Dr. RT Blue. I don't feel as though I double down, but if that's your interpretation of it, that's your interpretation. I can't control people's interpretation. I can tell you this though, I am one of the only platforms on social media that I have seen that publicly apologize to Prophet Brian Carn. So whereas people may see, oh, well, you did this and you did that, I stand on what I did. I stand on that video. I'm not going to remove it. I keep it up, and I'm moving forward. Now, am I still in the process of having myself go to a position that's better? Yes. And there's steps and methods to this. Just like Prophet Brian Carn in his life, he's got steps and methods, and somewhere he's going to do well, in some places he's not. So I am okay with people having their difference of opinion of why I did my video and how they view it. That's on them. But I do know this. I had the heart enough and the boldness enough and the love enough to come on a public platform and issue an apology to this young man and mean it.
I was going to say this. Rebuke without relationship can be very murky waters. And I said this before on my live. Mm-hmm. Imagine, again, put yourself in his shoes. Imagine, and I'm not referring to the gentleman that went viral. I'm just saying in general. Mm-hmm. Imagine how many people, because most of his business is public, right? Imagine how many people try to come up to him to correct him or to give him advice. And although some of the correction may be right, some of the advice may be right, imagine what that feels like without relationship. You would go nuts trying to listen to, because you're trying to be humble, trying to listen to everybody that comes to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at this point, us, anybody trying to come out and rebuke somebody without relationship, it's just weird. It doesn't land.
You're speaking about Bishop William Rudolph?
Nope. I said I'm not speaking about him. I'm speaking in general because it's more than him.
Because I want to clarify, my video was not a rebuke. My video was an apology. It's totally different. They're two different things, right?
I'm not referring to you. I'm not referring to that bishop that went viral. I'm saying, what I'm saying is, imagine how many people outside of him, he just happened to go viral. But imagine it's try to come to him when they see him, because like he said, he traveled alone. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't referring to anyone in particular, but just imagine if the shoe was on the other foot and you have all these people trying to tell you how to handle your business that you don't have a relationship with and that you don't know.
The issue with Prophet Brian Carn with that particular scenario is he went on a public platform and told people to call him. And that's what I believe Bishop William Rudolph was doing for that part. Now, he had, many other reasons for what he did. But for the one part that I'm speaking on, Prophet Brian Carn did make a public statement that says you could call me. Y'all could call me. He gave the address. Y'all could come to my church. So he put that out there. That was a public thing that he did.
Yeah, I'm not referring to that. Again, I'm not referring to that. I'm just making a generalized statement about imagine how many people that have not gone viral for coming up to him, just like the gentleman that came up to Kirk Franklin. Imagine how many people, because of social media and us feeling as though everyone feel as though they have a voice now, they have a platform. Imagine how many strangers are coming up, is what I'm saying. I'm not, talking about anybody in particular. And to that end, that's scary. So just imagine being in those shoes and you like, hey man, you don't know me, and we don't know what he's trying to do behind the scenes. And I'm not saying he's doing it right.
Right.
But all I'm saying is that relationship does matter.
I think sometimes, and I get what you're saying too, because I would rather hear my sister tell me something that I need to correct than a stranger off the street who I never met. So I get that. But then I believe that sometimes God will use whomever he will use, to try and come to you. It depends on how, thank you, Holy Spirit. It depends on how you coming to that individual. That makes the difference when a stranger comes to you, how they come to you.
And that's the thing. You can't just run up to nobody rebuking them and telling them to repent. That giving a message and even if you feel like, or even if the Lord told you, I don't know who, however, you don't have to deliver it in an aggressive way.
Right.
Because one, you're not the father. You can say it in a way that,
No, we're not, Tyler. No, we're not.
Yeah, no, because we're not judge, jury, and executioner. And I think that's what everybody want us to be. We want to cast the judgment, and then we want to execute the people because they're not doing what we want them to do.
No.
And that's wrong.
And that's why I said, if it was you, do we talk about things? Yes.
Right.
But do we have to bash? No.
Right.
It's a subject, so you can't not talk about it.
I do want to say this, Sean, and
about it.
I do want to say, and if we have laughter, because I'm going to laugh on some of my videos, and I'm going to have some humor, but I'm not trying to cause any harm. But we don't know how people will receive things or accept things. So even in my humor, I still am going to use caution, and it's not just for Prophet Brian Carn; it's just for my channel going forward. So, but it does not mean that I'm gonna be up here and be straight faced like I got Botox and I'm not gonna have no emotions and I'm not gonna laugh and so forth. And I'm not gonna do that. I'm still going to have conversations, but I just don't like when people feel like you're supposed to be straight faced and one dimension and so forth.
Yeah.
And I'm never that.
And we can definitely have the conversation and not agree. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
The conversation can still be had. That doesn't mean that we approve of any wrongdoings. And even if we did or if we didn't, it does not matter. At the end of the day, if it's a legal matter, the courthouse got the final, the judge got the final say, right? And then ultimately God has the final say. We just have an opinion. That's it.
That's our opinion.
But people want you can't, I can't say you can't correct people, but at the same time, how would you want somebody to correct you?
Hold on.
It depends.
He is leading people wrong. Have you ever led two people in your life? Do you lead your family? I'm not trying to be rude. I promise you, I'm not trying to be rude.
It's coming off a little harsh, though, Courtney. It's coming off.
I can understand that. You know why I say that? Because I lead my own household, and it's not easy. That's the point that I'm trying to make. I'm not trying to be harsh. It is not easy leading people, especially when you're growing yourself. As a parent, leading my own household, having to be a parent and tend to my children and make sure they're okay, and then going through my own personal struggles. It is not easy. That's the point that I was trying to make. I'm not trying to be harsh.
Okay.
The point that I'm trying to make is that we got to have more grace, man.
I think we have to be led by the Spirit when it comes to trying to rebuke somebody and correct somebody. You truly have to be led by the Spirit. And what's happened in society, thank you, Holy Spirit. What's happened in society, we're led by flesh and we call it spirit. And so we have to get back to knowing, did God send me, or did I just get in my flesh and want to take on an assignment that God never assigned to me? So we have to be careful. Which one is it, flesh or is it God? I think that's what happened. And a lot of people who are in church right now, they're very fleshy. They know of a situation, they know of circumstances, and they feel as though, oh, God's telling me to do this. But no, it's your flesh. You're in your flesh. You may perceive it to be God, but it is not. And so we have to get back to truly knowing, is this a God assignment or not? And there are some assignments. Let me say this. There are some assignments where God will send you to have a word with someone that you never met. But you have to know that that's truly a God assignment. Thank you, Dr. Ben Israel. I understand what he said too. The beg to differ. John the Baptist was known for his rebukes, especially when he rebuked Herod and his household. But this part we have to remember, John the Baptist was being led by the Lord. And so he knew the difference between flesh and God, God's word.
You can't just keep running up to people giving your opinion.
Right.
You can't keep doing that. Because one, we all have them. But again, there are people out here right now that got things going on. and they don't want it talked about.
Yeah.
At all. So in that instance, when you get to other people, just like you want folks to hit you and quit it, hit it and quit it. We don't have to just keep going and going and going, because I actually feel I can see in his demeanor he's losing weight.
Oh, I haven't
Things
noticed.
are stressful.
It is. He's got a lot on his plate. He does.
He has a lot on his plate, and I don't want to just
come on, Holy Spirit, that's good. But sometimes it's like when you go to the picnic, you pile it on your plate and then you can't eat it all. So a lot of the stuff he piled on his own plate. So that's why he has a lot on his plate.
And I said the other day, I was saying, when I went to jail, that was it. It gave me a chance to sit, reevaluate some things. I started writing again because I wasn't doing all of these things. I was just going, and I hadn't stopped. I was just going, and that made me sit down because I wasn't supposed to go.
There you go.
But something happened that day, and everybody that came up that day went. That just happened to be my day. You can't get me to do the same things over again. You can't get me back in that spot again. So is it wanted? No. Sometimes things are needed. It's not a bash. It's not a throw off. He ain't the only one that gonna go. He ain't the only one. He ain't the only prophet. He ain't the only pastor. He ain't the only leader that has gone, and there's gonna be more to come.
He ain't the only young man that's got to try and take care of his family. He ain't the only young man that's out here having to deal with that.
And people always want to be so quick to correct, but do you take correction? You can come on here. We can come on here and say, well, you should have, and you should have, and you should have. But can somebody come to your subject and say, well, you should have, you should have, you should have. Can it be done? So sometimes, again, I saw the hurt in Brandy's face when she was talking about how the messages were received. I don't ever want to feel like that. I've had that feeling before. So when I say, unless, I mean, it's got to be something like they picked him up early. Other than that, because at this point, I don't expect too much, like,
because we're going to have something. He's going to give us something to talk about because the microscope is on him right now, right? Everybody is tuning in just to see, okay, what he's about to say next or what he's about to do. And let me share this based upon my experience. When I saw him in Houston, completely, totally different. He didn't say anything worth going viral. But Charlotte, I think because they don't stream in Houston.
They stream
Charlotte.
Oh no, that says so much, Courtney. That says so much. That's a whole mouthful, Courtney. Oh my God.
That's very humble. It was a humble atmosphere.
So is it lights, camera, action? My God.
See, I don't know, but I'm gonna say this. It was just a different environment. So, like for instance, I didn't even feel comfortable with even like going live or putting up my cell phone. And nobody had their cell phones out.
Unless I have permission. I never do that in churches.
But you know, like in Charlotte, you'll see it. Like people just boom, they got their cameras out and all this stuff like that. It was a different atmosphere in Houston. And I saw a different Karn. So when people say he need to be humble, this, that, and the third, that's what I saw. That was my experience. And I'll be honest if it was different.
Yeah.
But then everybody's humbleness looks different.
Yeah.
Because I would do it a certain way don't mean that you should do it a certain way. And again, we don't know what the conversation was that he had with his community. He don't owe us that. We gonna get it anyway. But that private moment, I don't think that he really owes us that. He got the calls coming up. So
let me ask Pastor Regina this. You triggered that conversation that we had the other day about he doesn't owe us. Let me ask you this, Pastor Regina, and this is off the subject just a little bit.
Okay.
If a pastor gets a woman pregnant, be it a parishioner or non-parishioner, should he make an announcement to his congregation?
At some time, point or another, at least to his members. Now, it doesn't have to be a public. It could be those that want to know. If someone wants to have a conversation with him, he should tell them the truth. But as far as public announcements and stuff like that, because in every congregation you might have new new visitors and stuff like that. So I would say those that want to know, they should ask, and the pastor should give an honest answer.
But he doesn't have to. You don't think he should come before the congregation and make them aware?
I personally don't, but there has to be some honesty somewhere. If he is asked, if the pastor is on an interview and he is asked, do you have children? That is an opportunity for that pastor to say yes. That's my thought. Other people may have their difference of opinion, but just to make a public announcement, hey, I had a child out of wedlock, that's up to that pastor, because there are several people that are in those seats. And a lot of them may not be back. They may just have been visiting, or either it may have been their first time, being there.
Okay. So, I was curious to know your thoughts. We had this conversation the other night about Sean was saying that it's nobody's business. He shouldn't, come forward. And this was just a generalization. It wasn't directed towards anybody in particular.
Yeah.
And so, myself and some of the chat, I can say congregation. Some of the chat was like
the online congregation.
Yeah, he should.
That's what it is.
Let somebody know. But okay.
Yeah. I think going back to Prophet Brian Carn, I think Willie Moore Jr. was trying to help Prophet Brian Carn at that moment when he asked that question to just get it out there. That's my thought, my opinion. It may not be Willie Moore Jr.'s reality, but that's the way I took it. Willie Moore, I believe, knew it, and he was simply trying to get Prophet Brian Carn to just get that part out there.
But didn't Carn say he answered it in a tricky way that was a lie with the truth?
Dr. Robbie said. Dr. Robbie said you have to listen to the way he answered it. He never said he don't have any children. He said he's never been married with children.
Yeah. That is crazy.
Dr. Robbie had to point that out to me.
I think that some people have the idea of rebuke messed up. I think what people are calling rebuke is not rebuke. Some of them, I'm not going to say everybody, but some of them, when they go into that rebuke, is flesh. It's something you want to know. It's something you want to say. It's how you really feel. God ain't told you to say that. Those are the people that I'm talking about. And that's for anybody. That's all the way across the board. Don't use what you know and try to make it God said. I don't like that. Yeah. We was talking about that the other night too. So I'm not going to.
Jesse is hilarious.
Jesse is so funny.
And then Mark had made a valid statement the other night as well, talking about rebuke. And he was saying that God chastens us, he corrects us, but it takes some time before you get to a rebuke. Because a rebuke is pretty strong. I don't think we understand that too. That it takes some time before he gets to that point.
I think more teaching does need to be done on rebuke so that we can get a full knowledge of what it is.
Because people see the rebuke as that do it and God said and do, and that's not rebuke. It still can be done in love.
Some people see a rebuke because you didn't take the trash out, God's gonna get you, Right. So it depends. So more teaching needs to be done. And that's why ministers and pastors and leaders, those who are teaching the congregation, need to go back to teaching the congregation instead of preaching about what they're going to get from God, how God's going to bless them. We need to go back to really teaching the word.
Yep.
Bible study has, in my thought, my opinion, has really been removed from churches.
Yeah.
It has. It
Mhm.
has. It has. Okay, so we did the preliminaries. So we going before we go any further, we're gonna go ahead and ask you to please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Subscribe to all 3 channels, well, 5 of them that's going right now. And as always, please turn your notifications not just on, but to all.
Oh, yep.
Oh, that's
Not
right.
just
I just learned
on.
that this morning.
Turn them to
Oh, wow.
all so you get all the notifications. That's for shorts, posts,
Yeah.
whatever it is. That's
Yeah.
what all mean all. That's just that. So I saw a couple things that I wanted to bring up because one, I brought this one up because one, we have to at some point take a mental break from social media. And the reason why I say this is because I don't know if you know the twins that do their skits. One of them left. He was reported missing.
Oh, no. I
And
haven't seen
he
this.
I
said
don't even know who these guys
No,
are.
I don't.
they do TikToks and they do a lot of stuff on Instagram. They're twins.
Okay.
Okay.
And he said he just needed a break.
A break from what? Or who?
Social media, because they're content
Okay.
creators.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes. Oh my
They're
God.
content creators. And
Yes.
he just wanted to get away.
Yeah. Yeah.
When
I can
you're
only imagine.
people, when you have parents, and once your child finds a niche, let them do it as long as they want to. Don't get excited and then force them
Come on.
to do it. Some of
Yeah.
us content creators feel pressured because we be like, oh my God, we got to put up some content, our subscribers are so. That's stressful within itself. It's okay to say, you know what? I ain't doing nothing today.
Yeah. And there's things on a lot of these social media platforms have tools that can help you with that. They will help you, like, disconnect and turn off. They have tools for that. I know YouTube has it. Hey, it's I don't know what it's called, but like you can say, hey, let me have a downtime or something like that. But here's the issue. Streams and stuff like YouTube, Facebook, and all that, in order to make the money, when you begin to be monetized, they push you actually to do more work. I got a notification right before we came on that said, you have only done 2 weeks of content in July. You need to do 4 out of 2. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's only 2 weeks into July, And so some of these platforms, they will push you to do more. And if you're not cautious and careful and trust God that you will still get your money, you will be on these platforms 24 hours a day.
Yep. And you have no life. You don't, because what you're doing is you're constantly editing. You constantly, and sometimes I have to just stop scrolling.
Yeah.
Because I know if I'm scrolling and I see something, then it's okay. And then your brain starts thinking about what you can talk about or what your talking points
Be
and
on
stuff
that
are. So
TikTok till 2, 3,
sometimes
4 in the morning.
I just don't scroll because you will get into that. Oh, let me screenshot this because I want to remember to do it. And before you know it, your phone is filled up, your computer is filled up, your tablet is filled up, and some of the stuff you ain't even talked about yet.
Yeah. And sometimes you look at your numbers and you're like, okay, when you do take a break, your numbers done went down and your check went down and your number, and you're like, well, oh my God, now you got to hit it hard and you ain't getting no sleep, you ain't getting no rest. But you have to, again, we have to be able to, and I'm gonna just say this to the church community, because it's not the world community. You got to be able to trust God. You got to get your rest, and you got to be able to trust God. If the numbers are low, the numbers are low. Sometimes my numbers are up, sometimes my numbers are down. But one thing I have learned is, if it's 8, 9 o'clock and I don't have a show to do, I'm in my bed and I'm watching Netflix or Peacock TV. or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized the other day, Sean and Courtney, that the majority of my time lately has been on YouTube. And when I realized that, I said, wait a minute, Regina, you need to pull back. Because I try to
Mm-hmm.
support so many people.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh God, I got it. We got it. And do my own stuff. And I said, I got to pull back. So you have to get to the point like the young man you said he did. He said he need to pull away. And it's a good thing that he realized that, because a lot of content creators, they don't get to that point. Instead, what they do, they take their life because of the burnout and because of the negative content. And I think Ms. Cruiser said something about some people, I don't know which one of them said it, said that sure, Shira Rosalind said she can tell when creators are burning out. Sometimes when you're burning out, your content isn't as best or as good,
This is
and your
true.
viewers see it, and then they start giving you the negative comments. And a lot of content creators can't take the negative comments, and so they feel as though they're failing, and they end up taking their own life. And so I'm glad that this young man decided, I got to step away. I can't continue to push, 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 push. We have to look at, thank you, Holy Spirit. We have to look at these platforms, especially when you're monetized. You have to look at them like your job. What is your 9 to 5 job? You know, what hours do you want to do your 8 hours? But you should not be doing 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. It's not good. So if you're monetized, look at it like your business. I'm going to work these hours, and that's what it's going to be. Instead of, because a lot of content creators don't have time when they do stuff. They just do it. And
Yeah.
so if you don't better manage your time starts managing you. And you got to be able to better manage your time.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I'm going to say is this. I'm just going to acknowledge you. Faithful Wisdom, I'm acknowledging your comment. That's all I got.
I saw that comment when she was
I
talking
just
about
wanted to acknowledge
what we
you.
would think as far as ladies. Is that the one you're talking about, Courtney?
Yes.
Yeah. Listen,
Oh, I missed
all
it.
of us may have differences of opinion, but if anybody does something that is illegal to any of my children, the law is going to get involved. That's all.
right.
Okay.
That's right.
But okay, but wait. How do we even get there? Nobody ever said that anybody was taking advantage of. These was grown
But
women.
I think she's
that's
thinking
people's
about the
viewpoint.
women.
Mhm.
But they were grown. These were not children. They were doing what they wanted to do. And then they told their story. But I'm not going to say nobody was taking advantage of. Dr. Blue, to answer your question, they did say their dad had a lot to do with it. I didn't say it. That's what was on the streets.
And 9 times out of 10, because they're monetized, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whew, I know it's hard.
Yeah.
If your livelihood is content creation, mighty God, I can barely do the little 1, 2 I'm doing. I can only imagine.
Listen, it's a lot.
I can't keep up with all my channels. I just can't. Y'all
That's why
DM me,
I
and
was
3 weeks
cleaning out
later,
my
I get it.
phone. That's why I was cleaning out my phone, because I'm like, what is all of this?
I have some channels I have not been on in months, and the only reason why I have the channels is because I didn't want nobody to take my name. So I went on every social media platform that I know, and I have not been on Lemonade in probably a year.
Ooh. I forgot about Lemonade.
I forgot about it. I might need to. I might have. I need to go check. I forgot about it.
Totally forgot about it. I just hate that. But I'm glad that he was able to pull away and say, "Hey, I need a minute." This whole social media thing, which my church is about to go into, we're going into a complete shutdown, a solemn assembly, where we're all pulling away from everything and taking a moment and fasting. And my pastor was like, y'all can go 31 days without social media, right? And I'm like, I think I can, because I'm not monetized or anything like that. So it's not like, I'm making a living off of here. But I can only imagine, like, if this was my full time, this is my bread and butter.
Yeah,
that's how I pay
you're always it probably feels like you're always chasing the cheese. You know what I'm saying? So I can imagine how hard that is.
So many other people are coming on board. I did a survey the other day where I actually went to different content creators' pages, large content creators, even Mr. Beast was included in this and others. And I watched several videos that they have done like a year ago. I looked at their numbers and I looked at recent videos and I looked at their numbers and everybody has dropped.
Yep.
Everybody has
Really?
dropped. And I was like, God, what is going on? It's because more content creators are coming on board. So the viewers are having to choose who they watch, when they watch, and how long they watch. And several of the viewers are sharing several different platforms, just like, all of us. So they may watch my live, may watch Sean's replay, may watch your replay, or may watch Courtney's live and so forth. But they may be trying to toggle between all of them and may not watch the full thing. So those, when people don't watch your full video, it actually drops your numbers as far as your income for that video as well. The length of the time a person watches your video adds to your monetization. The shortness of the time takes away. When you go into the analytics on YouTube and Facebook, it'll show you these people watch for this amount of time and then the numbers drop. That increases your income. But when you have content, and that's why a lot of people, for those of you that know, that's why a lot of people do just the short videos. Short videos, a person will watch a 5-minute video longer than, fully through than they would a 3-hour video. But then the advantage of the 3-hour videos is they watch more than 30 minutes. So at least it picks up some. So it's all in the analytics of the content.
Well, okay, so let me ask you this. So let me ask you ladies this. What do you think the future is as it pertains to streaming and content creation and things that nature? Where do you see us going with that?
I think people watch YouTube more than they watch regular TV.
They do. They do.
Yeah.
They
That's just my thought, my opinion.
Hey, everybody coming in. We're not ignoring anybody. It's just coming in fast. We're just flowing. Hello, valedictorian and everybody.
Cola said Blueface goes live nearly 24 hours a day.
They do.
Are we coming down to this kind of content where people are streaming their whole life? You think we're heading in that direction?
You know what? I think what direction a lot of platforms are heading on, or there are going to be channels. Like we say YouTube channel, but when you think of Peacock and Bravo and Fox 5 and all the Fox News, whatever, those channels are on 24 hours a day. People are watching what some YouTubers and some content creators, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Instagram, X, some of these people are saying, well, I need to be a channel. I need to be on 24 hours a day. That's what some people thought it is. But I also learned this from Peacock, Bravo, and all those other things, Lifetime TV. They run replays.
Exactly.
So I would run a replay in a minute. And
Listen, I remember when you went on vacation at one time. I was like, I'm over there at your channel, like, where's she at? And we watching all these replays.
Because I was on that ship.
Yes. I ain't mad at
it was still coming in, but YouTube is becoming, and now the you have the TVs with everything built in, so it's right there.
Yeah,
you don't have to go and search for anything. People, it's a lot of people here that didn't even know. They just knew the clouds was cloudy, but they didn't know why. Nobody's watching the news because everybody is.
They're watching social media.
They're watching social media. And if you don't follow the news channels, then you're not going to see it. So it's important and it's imperative that we talk about kind of like everything. Because if they don't see it on one of the channels, they don't even know what's going on. So it's just...
Denise said, wow, I can't imagine 24 hours a day. What are the people doing in their lives? That is so concerning to me.
That true, Courtney. True. Yeah.
That is so concerning that I would become so consumed that my life becomes content. That's a concern of mine. I'm doing enough taking pictures on Sundays and maybe, going live when I go out to eat. That's huge for me. So I can only imagine turning the camera on for everything. And I think that is part of the cause of the demise of some of these relationships that are going down
Talk
here,
about it.
and
Talk
some
about
of
it.
these families that are splitting, to be honest with you.
Say that twice.
Because we're turning on the camera to sacred and private moments. We're letting the public space in. And so once you let the public space in, like how we're talking about Karn, that imagine them talking about your life.
Yeah.
All day.
And you opening it up. I went with my husband and I was with my brother that day, and I was on my way home, and I was supposed to do a show at 2:00 that day. And was it 2:00 or 4:00? But anyway, I called my husband and I said, "Hey, I'm heading home." I said, "But I want to meet you for lunch." So he was out at an appointment. He said, "Well, I'll meet you at this little restaurant on the way by the house." And I said, "Okay." So we get there to the restaurant, and I pull my phone out, and I was about to record and show the people we're eating and having a chit chat and so forth. And the Holy Spirit said, "Put it away." And I was like, "But it's content." The Holy Spirit said, "You have to spend time with your spouse." And I realized that I had not, and I'm gonna say this, y'all married people, let me tell y'all this. I had not really looked at my husband's face that week. And when I say this is I saw him, but I didn't see him.
Wow.
That's when I realized that phone needs to be left in the car sometimes, because you will actually miss your relationship with your mate, with your spouse, with your children.
Pastor
And I said,
Regina,
this skill is too important. So I was like, let me just look at my husband. Let me look at my man. Go ahead, Courtney.
Look at him now. Listen, Pastor Regina, that is so funny that you are sharing this, because while I was on my way to church, I was trying to figure out what's something else that I can do with my Patreon. And I said, what about I film when I go on dates? Something in me said, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No way, no how, no, never mind. Nope.
Just no.
It's some things you can, and then there's some things that you can't. Well, speaking of dates, I love how it just goes to it. One of y'all always do it. It always happens. So I saw this and I said, well, we didn't do our questions last week because we did our fashion show. So we gonna go ahead and pop into these questions real quick. And I saw this one and I said, oh, well, let's see what the ladies will think about this.
Okay.
So this is the question. A young lady went on a date. She ordered some wings, asked for all flats. Her date says that was disrespectful to not ask him before ordering the all flats because it's an upcharge.
I can't wait to hear Courtney's response.
I was waiting. So she says to the waitress, honey, can I get the check on your way back? Split it as well, and I need a to-go box because she's
Courtney, go first.
First of all, let me say this. I love all flats. Do you hear me? It's not about eating a drumstick that make me feel like I'm 3. I love a good
Give
flat.
me a flat.
That's number one. So when I order my wings, I order all flats. Let's be clear. That's number one. Number two. First of all, I'm not dating. Wait a minute. Let me get myself together. I'm not dating a man that's looking like the nerve of you to do that upcharge of all flats. Because what I will do is I will take the check. I'll pay the whole check.
That'd be the last date.
Period.
Not the
and it's a disappearing act. As soon as I pay the check, it's a disappearing act. I'm doing a Men in Black on you. You never knew me. You never saw me. You don't know who I am.
Not over $2. You're not.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm doing right there. Look at this thing.
Flashy thingy. Out of here.
Courtney, who? Because it's going to be like, I'm out.
Oh my gosh. I want to say this. My part on this is when you do order, we do have to be considerate. Not that part, because you're on this date with somebody and you order all flat. Now, wait a minute, y'all. Now, listen to the married woman, okay? Listen to the married woman for just a moment.
Yes.
You just automatically order. My husband does this sometimes. He, when we first were dating, he would say, okay, let me order a steak. We're going to share it and I want it well done. And I'll be like, hold on, wait, I don't want, I say, hold on, you didn't even ask me. I don't want no well done meat, and it almost feels as though you're being selfish because you're ordering what you like without taking the consideration of the other person. So you do have to address those things kind of different, you got to be kind of considered. So what I did, and that actually happened with my husband and I, he ordered steak and he was like, well done. And I was like, and I had to be careful because we were dating then. And I was like, excuse me. And I told the waitress, I said, can you give us a second? I'd come back and we give us a second. And then I told him, I said, I really don't like my steaks well done. Can we do this way? So I was respectful about it. And we were fine. So it all depends on how you handle the conversation. But I do think it's a respect thing to ask.
Listen here.
I like a man ordering for me now. I ain't gonna hold you up. So I would have liked that. But that well done would have me scratching my head like, brother.
Listen here.
Go ahead,
if you asked me on a date, ma'am, sir, whoever you are, you asked me on the date. So therefore, if you asked me on the date and you picked the restaurant, I'm going to need you to look at the menu. If you know it, then think about the prices, and I need you to triple that just in case. Don't ask me on a date, not a date, because that means you're trying to get to know me and go on the second date. But if we're going on a date and you say to me, oh, you gonna order, ask me, how about we don't even have to worry about this no more? Because if you ask me on a date and you're trying to impress me, that means if I want to have 5 shots, your pockets better be deep enough for the 5 shots. Because you asked me, no. Now, if that's not the case, I'm gonna need you to say before, hey, I know we're going to this restaurant. Some things are going on, or you got to get to talk to the person and see kind of what they like and where they tasty is. Now, if you trying to showboat and flashy me, then if you take me to this upscale restaurant, you should be expecting me to get whatever it is that I want. Don't give me no
excessive though.
I was just using that as an excuse. I ain't saying that.
No, but women do that. Now I think that's disrespectful. Now I think that's disrespectful. You getting a whole 5 course. You getting the appetizer.
You're trying to tear that wallet up.
The dessert, and you getting the most expensive thing on the menu, and then you're ordering 5 drinks. There are women that do that. I do think that is not.
That's right. Excessive.
That's excessive.
But then it all depends on the person, who it is. And if you're trying to showboat me and you keep flashing all of this money and you want to then those types, then yeah, maybe. But if we're trying to get to know each other, I know your situation, you know mine, you want to splurge one day, just be like, hey, listen, we are going to this restaurant, or I'll tell you what I've done. Speaking from experience.
Yeah, Sean, what you done?
If I was going to take someone somewhere and I was trying to impress them, I'm not going to eat a lot. Because I don't want to be like, okay, well, if they order
I noticed that too. I watched that.
So I'll order something light. And then whoever I'm with, whatever it is, then I can go ahead on and carry. I eat when I get home, or I stop somewhere else.
Well, see, I watch those type of things. If I see, I purposely let you order first, unless we're at a place where I know exactly what I want. I'll go for it. But other than that, I watch to see what you order. I do that intentionally. And if I see you order a side salad and some water, then I'm not getting a side salad and some water, but I'm gonna get something reasonably priced. But I'm gonna say this though. I never ask for anything that I can't afford.
Oh, that's interesting.
So when I'm out on a date, I have my own coin just in case it goes left.
Yeah.
So I'm never asking for Morton's and I can't afford Morton's. Now, if you notice anything about me, if you watch my socials or anything like that, you see where I eat. If I eat at Nobu, I'm just saying. So again, I'm not asking you to wine and dine me in places that I can't afford.
The 2 for $25 blessed woman.
Listen, If that's what
Now,
it takes, that's what we got
now
to
wait a
do.
minute. Now listen, children.
We
I
ain't
like
gotta
the blessed
go.
woman. Come on, 2 for 25.
We ain't gotta go
Now hold
fast.
on.
If we trying to build and we trying to do certain things, I ain't saying all the time. Now I'm gonna give you a
Don't run
good
me
2
by
or
Applebee's
3
on
of
that
them.
first date. Now hold on.
Oh no. You go to Applebee's on the first date. We
It
friends.
depends. It depends who is the couple now. It depends.
If you invite the person and they say, "Hey, I like Applebee's," then we can go to Applebee's. But
Yeah.
if I'm trying to impress you and we pull up at Applebee's, I really don't expect to hear from you. Or you should just know that you're my
I'll
homie.
go in there. I'll give me something to eat, everything. We're gonna laugh, we're gonna kiki, and we're gonna do all the things, and then I'm gonna pull my Men in Black thing out on you.
Flashy.
That's funny. That's funny.
But yeah, nah, dog.
Oh, I love me a good Houston. Who went to Houston's? I
love Houston's too.
Why you didn't invite me to Houston?
I can do Applebee's. You wait till you get into the relationship. Then we can eat at all the little hood spots. We can eat at all the little hole in the walls. Because I love good food, period.
Yes.
We know the Timmy Chans. We can do all those things once we're in. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Let's work out. We gotta work our way to the hole in the walls. Isn't
to get
crazy?
In there. You got to go down, Courtney. You start up and then you go down.
Right. Then so you'll know that I am an around the way girl, but my concern is you starting me off there and then you not trying to take it up. You see what I'm saying?
I would say this. I would tell people, ask them, if the man is taking you out, you don't know what his money situation is about, and y'all go to a restaurant, ask him, hey, would it be okay if I ordered this? Are you okay with that? Because I would. And the reason why I do that is because sometimes and I have seen these things, okay? I've had conversations with people. I can't call no names. But she went out with the man because he took her to a fancy restaurant and her bill was more than he could afford. And what he did was he ordered a salad after he let her order first, the lady first. And he realized everything she ordered was going to consume everything that he had. So he ordered a salad and simply said he wasn't really that hungry. Come to find out later on, he told her, he said he didn't have the money to go beyond that. So I think having a conversation, hey, I'm going to order, is this okay? And sometimes they'll still be trying to flodge on you and be like, yeah, that's fine. And still order the salad. But I'm a respect type of girl, I don't like going in people's wallet, willy-nilly and stuff like that. So I'm that type of respect. I'm gonna ask you, listen, is this okay? It's not.
I'm not gonna ask you. I'm just gonna be mindful though. So I'm not like, hey, do you mind if I get cheese on my burger? No, we're not doing that. But what I will do is I will make sure that I'm not being exorbitant. You know what I'm saying? Like I may ask you. So let's say you don't order first. Let's say I do order first. I'm gonna ask you before the waitress gets there. I'm like, oh, what you looking at? What you think you're gonna eat? Like there's different type of things that I'm doing to judge the situation. And then not only that, I'm going to be practical. I'm not gonna order 2 slabs of ribs
on the left side.
Right. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna keep it cute. Dainty, so I'm gonna order a salmon anyways, or I'm gonna order some type of salad anyways. So I'm like you said, I'm going to be, mindful of your wallet.
And I like what you said. Order what's in your wallet. What can your wallet handle? Because you might be stuck with a bill. Because there have been some men that these girls order, and the man said, "Let me go to the restroom. I'll be back," and never show back up, and you stuck with that bill. So you better be able to handle it.
That
times 2.
Times 2.
Just in case. But
what's up, K-Fit? Okay, so let's see. We got another question. Let's go. What's one thing you are tired of hearing people say?
That someone's a narcissist.
I was gonna say that. I promise you I was gonna say that.
God, I get so tired of that. When are we out of the narcissist era? Jeez, I get so tired of that.
They came with that word and just went nuts. Like,
so narcissism.
Don't even know what it means.
So narcissism is in fact a diagnosis, right? However, I don't think everybody has, is a narcissist. I think people may have traits, just like with depression. You may have traits, but you may not necessarily be clinically diagnosed with it.
Correct.
So I think that's why people say that. But I was definitely gonna say that.
Yeah, I have a cousin who's a licensed counselor and psychiatrist, and she told me, she said, Regina, she called me, she said, I am so tired of these people talking about people are narcissists and they don't even know what the word is. And
They
she said
don't even know
it
what it means.
amazes her. She said it amazes her how many actual narcissists are calling other people narcissists, but not self-identifying themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, but I get so tired of that.
Mhm. That's Well, mine is I'm sick of hearing people say repent. I'm tired. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm so over it. Yeah. I'm way over that. So tired of it. Let's see. What should I was gonna say?
She said people saying you're so strong. She said, no, I'm tired.
Oh,
Man.
especially when you have lost a loved one. I cannot stand when people don't do that.
Yeah.
Please don't do
life
that.
be lifing. Life be lifing. You tired of them saying life be lifing.
It do be lifing though. Gail.
See,
I'm
Jesse
sorry.
said narcissist too. With every narcissist, let it go. Find another word, or either find out what narcissists really mean.
Everybody call everybody a narcissist, and again, the people that we may call a narcissist may have the traits, but they're not. We can't diagnose people.
No.
Last woman say, I know someone who say they are getting old every time you ask them to do something.
Oh my God. My sister does that all the time. She has these 3 little grandbabies, 7, 5, and 2, I think it is. And she's like, oh girl, these grandbabies. Now mind you, she just turned 50.
Oh my God, you're young.
And she's like, oh girl, I'm so old. And I said, girl, we gonna have to stop that. We're gonna have to rebuke that syndrome of I'm too old. I was like, because I'm almost 10 years older than you. Wow. And I know I'm not old. So
okay.
I do.
When I say you do not look your age.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you. So listen, I be trying.
I wouldn't think it either.
No,
people that complain about the weather.
I posted something like this on Threads. I said,
it's summertime.
You complain about it being too hot. Then in the wintertime, you complain about it being too cold. You know it's going to be very hot in the summer. And in some cases, it's going to be very cold in the winter. Like, we got to get over it. Pick a season, enjoy it. And the one that you don't enjoy, just tough through it.
Get through it. I'm like what people always saying, and I used to get this in the past from a few people, dress your age. I'm like, what? Dress your age? Because I'm a Chucks girl. I'm a sneaker girl. I love me a good sneaker. And dress your age. And I'm like, wait a minute, what does that look like? I am not wearing Polly and Esther the twins. I'm not wearing it. I'm not doing it. I don't care what y'all say. I ain't having my skirt to go all the way down past my knees with no pantyhose, from no knee-high pantyhose and the slit in the back showing. I ain't doing it. I'm not wearing that stuff. I'm not wearing all that stuff, that fabric that don't fit.
You deserve the right to be comfortable.
Come on now. Listen, they know, but I can't stand with you. You don't dress your. Some people say it as a compliment, and some people say it as a dig. And I'm like, forget it. Listen, I'm wearing what I want to wear. First of all, I'm just happy it fit.
Listen, okay.
Yeah, K fit. Courtney Threads is.
So speaking of Threads, and since we're kind of in the vein, I want to pose this question since we were previously talking about the first date or whatever the case may be. Now this question went viral. Okay. And the question was, would you go to church if a guy asked you to church for the first date? Would you go? I posted that on my Threads. It went nuts.
Okay.
So I'm posing the question to you all.
It depends on what the faith is, first of all. For me, it depends.
He Christian. He goes to a cute little church.
I probably would. If are we trying to date or something? Or we just
he's interested. He's like, hey.
You know what? I probably would. And here's why. I want to see, because, if it turns into something more than that, where we attending? Because sometimes the church where you attend is the breakup point and be like, nah, this ain't me.
Yeah. Nicola, if it's church and then we're going to eat afterwards, we're going to brunch after church. Sean, what you got? Jesse said it's a scam.
It's
And
a
I tell
Sam,
you what the
it's a
consensus
Sam
is.
set out by
Todd.
Todd. You know,
Oh my goodness.
I don't want to say this and sound. I'm just gonna say it. First date, if you asking me to go to church, I feel like you are, and I'm not saying this in a bad way because I love you being saved, but you just like save times 10 because I your first, what are we doing at church? Like, send me a couple of
We're going to worship.
no, send me a couple of your online services
First, you got to peep the scene.
and
Your
let me
online
see,
services.
like, let me,
The
because
person
what if
go to
I'm not in,
GEI. They go to GEI or they go to Triumph for you. They go to a church you're familiar with.
so you ain't telling me nothing. You wouldn't be taking me nowhere that I probably wouldn't see you at.
But
I met you there.
Okay.
Huh?
So the consensus, I give you my answer. I give you my answer after I give you the consensus. Go ahead,
Okay.
Sean. What you about to say?
What I was going to say is, for saved folk, that's not
Cruz is crazy.
too far out of you out. It's not too far out of the realm.
Okay.
But for a guy who is just getting to know a girl or whoever they're dating, and you don't know if they go to church, you don't know none of that, and you just be like, well, I want to take you out. I want us to, go and have a nice date. And you be like, okay, but where we going? Well, I go to such and such Pentecostal Apostolic Church of God in Christ, and then we can go eat after. No. How about when you get out of church, you call me and then I'll go eat?
Okay.
Because that kind of feels a little like, let us talk about church first.
Mm-hmm.
And then invite me. Don't just be talking about, well, I want to take you to the church. Why? Who at the church that you want to be seen? Because you want somebody at the church to see me.
I can't.
So why we got to go to the church?
I can't.
Let me tell you
what
this.
What the apostle say? He's secured. See,
he's securing that sweet spot for the night.
Oh my God.
So I'm gonna say this. I've never experienced that before in my life. However, I have mentioned it because I was so, at the time I had just started going to my church. I was so hype about my church, and I was inviting people, you know what I'm saying? Because I love my church. So, I was like, hey man, what do you think about coming to my church? Da, 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 da. And he's kind of like, okay. So the consensus, so it didn't happen, but the consensus on my threads was no. Emphatically no. Okay.
Wow.
Now, so I give you an example. The influencer, Jessie Wu, she said her and her long-term boyfriend, I think they've been together going on 2 years now. Their first date was Easter Sunday.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I think they met like on a Friday or a Saturday, something like that. So he was like, hey, you want to come to church with me? And she was like, okay, sure. And I feel like saying, at the time he didn't live in Atlanta, so they wound up going to New Birth. She was like, well, I've been visiting this church called New Birth. You want to go to New Birth? And he was like, yeah, okay, cool. And they went to New Birth, and then after that, they went to brunch. So, but I've never experienced that, and I don't know.
That's not a date.
The guys that I know don't want to take you to church, because if they take you to church, it's like that means y'all serious. So
I want to know whose church it is. I would definitely ask what, even though we all Christian, I would say what church. Because if you asking me, you telling me we going over there to Geno Jennings, I ain't going. I ain't going. No.
You
if
can
I put
gauge
it in
who you
the
dealing
GPS
with,
and I see it come up, I'm gonna have to call you and text you like I ain't coming.
But
I
if you
going over there.
But if you are communicating with somebody to go to Geno Jennings church, you're gonna hear it. You're gonna know.
Yeah,
you're gonna know it. But no. First of all, I think the ladies sit on one side and the men sit on the other side in Geno's church, right?
So that ain't no date.
I wouldn't even be able to sit with you. Well, they said that some people do get to sit together, but I don't know.
But yeah, no, but for me now, okay, so for me now, if I bring you to the church, it's serious. So now I stopped inviting all these people and all the things. I've stopped that since. And now, because I realized that that matters. Like, this is my church family.
Church is
like
serious.
family, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I'm taking you into my sacred space.
I
I can't just be bringing any willy-nilly person to the sacred space. So now I get it.
Yep, because that'll mess up it could mess up your spiritual connection. No, these niggas scamming the girls.
And that's on narcissist straight.
There it go. There it go.
Oh my I'm laughing at this person talking about I be brushing every 15 seconds. Shut up.
Oh yeah, Courtney's got beautiful teeth. Yeah,
Don't
she
be
does.
ridiculous. Be brushing every 15 seconds.
Courtney,
you shouting and tongues all over the date. Wow. Not
see, that ain't no date. That ain't no date.
But if I'm asked though, I don't know what I would say. If I'm asked and he goes to a decent church, I may go. Maybe. Like if he go to Wheeler, or if he go, because I'm in Houston, Lily Grove or whatever the case may be, I may slide through.
Yeah, that's different though.
Thank you.
That's different.
Congress. That is hilarious though.
That's different though. Okay, let's see.
They're gonna have you. Jesse said they're gonna have you selling chicken plates.
Not chicken plates.
And will listen. Hit the like button, y'all. Subscribe. Turn on your notifications. We do this for a reason. We're gonna take a pause for the cause. We're gonna take a pause for the cause. Listen here. Everyone has a way of supporting. Each channel has a way of supporting. Courtney has her Zelle. Mine are scrolling at the top. If you can't see that, it's going too fast. I'm gonna drop the Cash App here. The Juice, we already know what hers is. If everybody has theirs on their screen, please, if you would be so kind as to just donate something, a like. That's the one we want.
Take a thumbs up on my video. I appreciate
hit the thumbs up. Yeah, that's the way of support, to hit the thumbs up. And if you are not subscribed to either one of these channels, take a moment and subscribe to each one. This is a community, and we are the ladies, and that's what we do. We talk like ladies. I got my legs crossed and everything.
Mine crossed at the ankle, child.
Listen, when I lost weight, honey, it can cross my leg. Every chance I got, dude, it would be sleep sitting up here, but it was here. That was all that counted.
Right. So I know that's right.
Listen,
they carrying on in the comments. This is so hilarious. Because Cruiser said, what if they like your church, then they join your church, then y'all break up, and now you got to deal with all of that carrying on. Then somebody said, you right, Cruiser. Now you got to sit on the other side of the church. Listen, y'all right.
Your favorite seat. You do.
Listen.
Right.
Or you see them walk in church with somebody else, one of your choir member friends.
Y'all right about that.
Not the choir member friend. My God, today.
If we don't meet at church, I ain't really.
I don't even date at church. I've never dated anybody I went to church with though.
No,
I did one time.
You can find somebody good at church. What? Y'all don't be
never dated anybody I went to church with.
My husband and I found each other at church.
I know, and you have a beautiful story. My concern is if mine don't turn out right, I'm gonna wind up leaving the church.
Ooh, that's a thought. Yeah, I never even had to think about that, or never thought about it.
That's tough. Yeah, and I've seen it go wrong.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's a whole different. Ooh, yeah. Okay, we got two more questions. I saved the best one for last.
Okay, here we go.
This one says, "I'll fill in the blank."
Bless woman, really?
Longer want friends who
always complaining.
That's a good one.
Right? I don't want you.
Dang,
If you,
that's
every
the
time I
top.
see you, you got a complaint going on. And I understand people go through things and you deal with stuff. There's a difference. But I mean, you could be complaining because your biscuit wasn't as soft that you wanted it to be. Everything you talk about is a
Mm,
complaint. I can't deal with your dreary self. I'm done.
that's good.
Mm-hmm,
That's a nice one.
mm-hmm.
Who complain about the same thing and no action plans to
Yeah,
move on.
yeah.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Heavy on broke.
Nicola said broke. I ain't doing it.
Mm-hmm. They always broke. They can't even put no gas in the car, but they always want to go somewhere. Always want you to take them somewhere.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. Jesse said you can't keep a job. You need to stay away from Jess. Okay. Listen, Prayer said gossipy.
Gossipy.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's a
I
good
appreciate it.
one.
Hey, Jabret.
Ah,
Lazy.
Mm-hmm.
lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
What do you say, Courtney?
Um, what was the sentence again? Put the sentence up. I no longer want friends who I had one and it just escaped my mind while y'all were talking.
Hi,
Y'all
Mike.
said complain is number one, but who lacks integrity.
Ooh, that's good.
That's a
That
good
is
one.
so good, Courtney. Yes,
That,
ma'am.
Who
yeah.
lacks integrity.
Oh my God. I love
I
that.
love you from a distance.
Mm,
Mm.
I love that. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. I love that,
Bless
Courtney.
said, I
Mhm.
don't like friends who complain, who are jealous, and talk negative all the time.
Yeah.
That's a,
Mhm.
yeah.
Or
I
have that
don't like
woe is me
stuck people.
syndrome. It's always woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm. Jesse said, I don't like high maintenance friends. You only see me once a year. That's all you need.
Right, Jess. I don't if I tell people because I'm all about new friends. I love
Yeah.
people and I
Yes.
love getting to know people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely not opposed to that. But I am upfront with a lot of things as it pertains to women. We're not
Hmm.
talking on the phone every day. But that's I say that we're not talking on the phone every day, and I text London every day. But we don't talk on the phone every day.
That's different.
But I can
That's
text you every
different.
day. But I'm not talking on the phone every day.
That's a good one. Backbiting, jealous, and repeats info that was shared between
Oh,
us.
you are you become distant friend when you start repeating stuff that we spoke in private because now I know I can't trust you. And you will come you that's one way that you can become real distant from me real quick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because if I can't trust you, you can't be close to me.
The apostle said, who are jealous of
Now,
me. I
Yeah.
I
can't
have a
stand
question
that
about
either.
that. So, how do you know if someone is jealous of you?
You can tell.
Sometimes, one of the ways I found that one of my friends was jealous of me, they always would try and make little snarky remarks about my outfits or,
Okay.
things that I purchased or stuff. And I
Mhm.
was like, oh, why are you
Mm-hmm.
always doing this kind of stuff? Oh, I'm just saying, and they would say, oh, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But it was a
Mm.
form of jealousy. And it took me a
Mm-hmm.
while to realize it. And of course,
Okay.
I had to cut that one off because I can't, no. But
Because
that's,
there's always truth in jest.
mhm.
I know that's right, Jesse. I don't talk to my mama. She called me. If I don't call her by like 6, she'll call be like, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I just not today. I don't I'm at the point where, and this has happened since I moved back to Detroit. I've noticed that people are stuck.
Hmm.
I
Mm.
don't want, and I have not, I've seen a few people, but I don't want anybody who is where I left them.
Mm.
If you still doing what we was doing in 2010, 2015, 2020, if I don't want to be stuck in a cycle. That's no growth.
Mm. That's good.
That's no growth. I don't no. I don't
Yeah,
want to do
some
that.
people get comfortable in that place.
Mm-hmm.
They get comfortable right there, and some people do it out of fear. They fear of
Mhm.
losing. They fear that if they try and excel, they feel as though, listen, I'll just be fine right here, this place, this position, this income bracket, because they have a fear of if they fail. So a lot of times failure keeps a person at that standpoint.
Yeah, because I know people who like to be locally famous. As long as they in the city of Detroit and their name is popping, they're okay. But they don't want to go outside because don't nobody know me. I ain't gonna make it. Well, I don't know. I don't want to be stagnant. I don't want to be in the same place. I don't want to do that. I don't. I don't at all. Comments, little snide comments, or you'd be like, well, you think you know, you think I. That's what it really is.
Things like that, it takes me a little minute to catch.
It'll take a minute because most times it's from people that you're not expecting it from.
Exactly.
So if you're supposed to be my friend, be it real life, social media, when you say certain things, I don't take it like that because we don't have that kind of relationship. So it may take a couple of little snidies to be like, oh girl, you trying to throw shade for real. Like, so yeah, it's ugh.
Because they be like, I'm just being funny. But you like
shade, no shade.
No, you ain't. You being rude.
Like I tell my kids, like it's truth and just. It's always truth and just.
Jesse said energy vampire friend.
Yes, Jesse. Oh my God.
Took all the life out
Y'all
of
going off in these comments. Y'all had to get this off y'all chest. This is a good question.
Right, Jesse. Drained and tired. Be like, oh God, no, I can't with you.
No. I thought I was saving the best one for last. This one going. I noticed when people say you think it's all you, that when
no, you think you all that. Is that what they're saying? You think you is all that.
Oh, you think you was all that. I started changing my ways. You can stay stuck where you at, right? A better version.
People still saying that?
Yes.
Girl, you think you are?
Somebody told me that since I've been back that I've been acting funny. Okay, call it what you want to. I'm just not who I used to be.
I'm not acting funny. You think you all that? I ain't never heard.
Oh yeah,
nobody tell me you think you all that. What? Yeah, that is from 1993. If you
they do it, and that's why I saw them that one time and ain't seen them since. My cousin told my aunt she going on a Viking cruise. My aunt said, how much is that? She said $2,500. My aunt said for one person that must be nice.
Must be nice. Now listen, come on now. I hear people with a must be nice every now and again. Come on now.
Must be nice.
Give me some grace. I do be like, ooh, that must be nice.
Ooh, and followed up you going by yourself.
Yeah.
And yes.
Or people that try and get you stuck where they are. They'll say something like, you don't need to be going on that cruise. You know, you really can't. Are you sure you can afford that?
I got the little Viking catalog and everything. That's so
that last, but you going by yourself, that was shady.
That's the part.
You going by yourself and but here's the thing, I can afford.
Or people they tell you don't need to be doing that. You don't need to do that.
You don't do it.
Listen, I got the Ritz Carlton on my to-do list. It's on my to-do list, that Ritz Carlton cruise.
I saw this, and I'm like, yes.
The people called me and they told me the price. I said, not right now, but hold on. Keep my number.
Exactly.
That's the thing. Not right now.
Yes,
man. No, I just ain't.
That's
going right now. But that I said, ooh.
That Ritz Carlton, it's on my list, child. I ain't giving up on God on that one.
That's right.
And he won't give up on you.
Oh, you come on.
He is able.
But for now, we over there at Virgin and Royal Caribbean, Norwegian. All of them.
Yeah. Okay, this the last one.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's me. Don't start barking. They all looked up like, huh?
Right. You got your sound. You got your sound on StreamYard.
I do. I just what's forgetting about it all the time. Hey, too. Pastor Prim, how are you? Welcome to the room, sir.
He's been in here for a minute.
I ain't see him.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Pastor Prim. You know, I'm gonna speak to the leaders when they come in. I didn't see him. I'm sorry. All right, this is it. If you could ask one church leader one question and they had to answer honestly, what would it be?
I would ask Brian Carn if he really has children. Since we end and we might as well.
Because they got
we might as well end where we started.
I hadn't even thought about him, but go ahead.
Okay, since we there,
We got
I would
questions.
ask him, did you get all the stuff out the church?
Oh.
I'm asking for Sean. No, I'm teasing. That's a good one though. But see, okay, so Pastor Regina, would you be asking just to get clarity? Because we already know in the court records that he got kids.
No, we know he has a child.
Other than that one.
We don't know plural.
Okay.
We don't know plural.
Gotcha. That's a good one though.
No,
okay.
And people might say, why you want to ask? Because here's my thing. I'm gonna pass it back to Courtney. Why would I want to know that? Because so many people have stated it, but you skirted around it. And then my thing would be, I understand you probably weren't feeling like I don't want the people to know I did this, but when is honesty going to really be at the forefront? That's all. Go ahead, Courtney.
I would ask,
good or bad?
If you knew, since we're on the car thing, that I'm trying to ask the right way. Why didn't you? I'm going to ask as if I was his lay member. Okay.
Okay.
Why didn't you move us before the eviction?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. That's good. They could have been in the hotel before the eviction and it would not have went that way. Yeah, that's good, Courtney. Yeah, because you knew it was coming. Because let me tell you, you get the notices. And I tell my husband and I do real estate, property management. You know it's coming. You know the dates are there. And so, especially with a commercial, you know that. And then the difference with the commercial, they lock your stuff in.
You get letters and letters and letters.
With residential, they put your stuff on the lawn.
That's right.
With commercial, they lock your stuff in, and then they come back and put your stuff on the front.
Because I never got he didn't go to court. He missed the court date.
So, remember, Courtney, the hair salon in Jonesboro that they did the eviction and all their stuff was in the parking lot?
Yes.
They picked it up and they took it all to the land.
It was a beauty supply store. Because people was going over to getting all that hair and getting all that stuff.
Yeah.
And my question is, honestly, just like in a residential situation, oftentimes most people move before it gets to that point if they can't salvage their situation, right?
Right.
But then some don't. So that's why I'm like,
he knew it was coming. Why didn't he do it? Is it that he kept thinking he would have the time? And that's what a lot of residential people end up doing. That's why the sheriff comes and puts their stuff on the lawn. They think they have another day.
No, you get that last letter say you have until.
Right. But courts have to schedule, and sometimes courts are backed up, and some people start betting on that.
They betting on that, yeah.
Yeah. There's one county in Georgia, what they do, that particular county, they go and knock on the person's door and tell them, we come in here Tuesday at 10 o'clock.
Yep.
They will let you know in advance.
Fulton is good for that. Honey, Fulton don't play. If they say Tuesday at 12, at 11:50, they're going to be sitting there like, okay, we just wait until.
Or can I get one more question? Pastor, how did we get to this point?
Yeah.
And what can we do to come out of this?
Where's the money? $13,500 a month, 7 months. That's almost $100,000, right?
In a year, that's a whole bill. It makes no sense. Nicola said, Nicola said, I'ma ask Jamal how many kids he has. Not claimed, but inserted C.
94,500. 94,500 for 7 months. Wow.
I thought you were talking about Jamal. I was like,
that's what I was about to say. Whoa.
I'm like, Pastor Regina, come on now. Okay, that's how much Karn, 95,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
7 months. I'm sorry. What was Nicola's question? I'm sorry. My apologies.
How many kids does Jamal have?
Oh, y'all thought I was saying Jamal had 13,000, 94,000.
Yes, this I was like, what?
No, Jamal. That wasn't me.
That is hilarious.
Hold on, Pastor, we want to talk about you. Jesse said, I'ma ask Bishop Jakes to remove Sarah and Torre immediately.
My God. You want Sarah and Torre gone?
You say out of there. Nicola, I'm not gonna do that. We love Lovey. I don't watch
about
we gonna slide it in there. Let's see. Cruiser says, why did Brian, as the pastor, have the responsibility over finances and paying the rent?
Yeah, we're assuming that. We don't know that for sure.
Who is the finance committee over there?
See, we don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know.
More Grace.
We don't know.
LLC.
Good night.
No? Okay. Let's see. I don't think I could be a member of a church with bad business structure. It's hard. And a lot of members
but remember what he told the congregation in the letter that he posted online is that they took the money and did repair. So that's what the congregation is going based on. They're not thinking that he didn't pay the rent.
Yeah,
his letter stated that they did repairs.
So you did 13,000.
That's what his letter
stated. I remember when the air condition had went out.
He did say somebody stole the copper. He said a crackhead, which I did a video on that because I thought that was rude. But he said a crackhead stole the copper.
Well, they do that all the time.
From that. But here's what people have to realize too, and I said this on my video also, with commercial real estate is different than residential. You have to really look at your contract, your lease. His lease may have said that the corporation or the entity is responsible for every repair. I know a church, we got some church friends in Florida. They rented a commercial space and they were in there for 2 months and both commercial AC units went out and those pastors had to pay for it because it was in their lease, in repairs. They were responsible for and they had to pay for it. I think it was over $13,000.
And I know it's not cheap, or if you have any roofing issues.
Yeah, because if they snatch the system off of the top of the roof, they are damaging things. So you can't just replace the unit. You have to replace maybe floorboarding. If it rained, it probably it's a lot of stuff that goes along with that.
But me just being a civilian, in my mind, I can't just stop paying rent though, without receiving permission from the people to say,
morally, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Morally, right.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah,
I just wouldn't. Cruiser said, but that don't sound right either because in commercial property, aren't you responsible for repairs?
It depends on your lease. What does your lease say? And that's why people, when you do a commercial lease, you must pay close attention to the repair part. Because a lot of times what people do, they're so excited to sign a lease, they just sign a lease and they don't pay close attention to those details.
And haven't they been there for a long time?
Yeah, from my understanding, I think they've been there for quite some time.
You could have bought it. You could have bought the whole complex in a year.
They put a lot of work into their church. I'm going to say this about purchasing because my pastor said something key. So oftentimes it is not easy to get a loan as a church.
No, it's
from
not.
The bank.
No, it's not.
You can cancel Christmas. You're not getting a loan from the bank.
It depends.
You got to be somebody.
You have to have a track record. You have to have major history. Your church has to know somebody. Older.
They need to see your doc, and you have to have. Sometimes you have to have a personal guarantor. And from my understanding, somebody said allegedly that Prophet Brian Karn is not the personal guarantor on the lease. I'm not sure if that's accurate or not. But
That's where I was heading. So a lot of times when we say why haven't he purchased? Why haven't he purchased? Because he probably can't purchase.
He probably can't.
He probably can't get millions of dollars worth of financing by himself.
Well, you done saved almost that by not paying in 7 months.
It depends what the money went toward. What did it go
Because
toward?
if you was not taking that 13.5 to pay them, you should have took that 13.5 and went to the Sheridan a long time ago.
But here's what I noticed also when with this whole thing, they stopped paying rent January because he said in his letter that they haven't paid rent for 2026, which means that was a start in January. Remember, the DOJ statement came out January 15 of 2026. So it appears that with all this going on with this when this thing went public is when he or the organization stopped paying the rent the same time. And why?
That's the question.
Yeah.
That's the
What
question.
happened to Courtney's camera? Maybe her internet.
What did Jamal move out of most of their debt? Ooh.
I don't know. I think the last time I saw Pastor Jamal making a conversation regarding their income, I think he said that they were almost paid off the building. From my understanding.
The apostle said none of this was on his financial statement provided to the IRS. Yeah, IRS would have put that in the court docs had that been a dent in his. It's like he just coming up with stuff almost. It's like just say what it is and do what it is and just call it like. At this point, we know something.
Something, yeah.
So at this point, just I don't know.
It's a lot, but my God, today.
Let's see. What would I ask a pastor?
Yeah, what would you ask, Sean? Or we wait for Courtney. Courtney, where you at?
Are you happy?
That's what you would ask them?
Because ministry, or not so much, are you happy? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Ministry is hard.
Yeah.
And the more members you have, the more you have to deal with. And I don't think people think about that. The past, I just watched Bishop Shear literally go from one convocation to the next convocation to church on Sunday, to another convocation, to church on Sunday. They had a musical last night, and then he was back at church Sunday.
Ooh, child, remember them days. You running on 2 hours sleep. My God.
Flights in and out. Sometimes if it's close enough, you have somebody drive you.
And and I did it when I was young.
They do it too. Older age. That is, you go from one service to the next, and that's just your church.
Yeah.
He's the presiding bishop over churches.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's like a lot of these pastors, they just go. And then some pastors, if they have a smaller church and they need to make ends meet, then they travel all week.
Trying to get an honorarium to pay
you got funerals, you got weddings, you got bar mitzvahs, you got birthday parties, graduation, you got all of these things that they have to
take care of and deal with. Yeah. That's one of the things that Bishop Battles was speaking of today too. He mentioned he's got a lot on his plate and he's like, I need y'all members to try and help me out. He was like, he said he gets so many emails and he said, I don't need y'all to send me an email like asking how to change your light bulb. He said, y'all need to understand, we got a lot that we have to do. And these little unnecessary things that y'all call and asking these pastors to do, y'all got to have more care for your pastors.
That's why I understood when Bishop Walker said, hey, my office hours are between, because he has to structure time for his family. He got to structure time for his mental.
Yeah.
It may sound bad to say to some people, but again, if you call me at 2 o'clock and say my father passed when I get there at 7,
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah.
there's nothing that I can pray for you over the phone. I don't people want you
Yeah.
to get up out your bed
I
and
it's
come down to
crazy.
the church or come down to the hospital
Ooh.
or come down to the precinct. Don't let your child get arrested. Like they
Oh
have
my
to do
God.
all of that in the background outside of preaching on Sunday. Plus, they
And
got to get the message ready. Then they got
come on now.
Wednesday.
And they got
It's
a family. They got a family. When I had my brick and mortar, my church building, I told the members, I said, please don't call me after 8 p.m. because I'm not going to answer. And one of the members said, but you're the pastor. You're supposed to always answer. I said, there's a system called 911. Y'all need to get familiar with it because if y'all call me after 8 p.m., ain't nothing I can do. Y'all need to learn how to pray. Y'all need to learn how to take care of stuff. I said, because y'all not going to wear me out. I said, I got a
Mhm.
husband and kids and family that need me as well. And if y'all call me after 8 p.m., I'm sorry. I'm not going to answer. Y'all going to get my voicemail. Don't be angry at me, but I'm not going to be one of these pastors that out here and y'all driving me bananas. I said, no, I'm not going to do it. I am
I
not.
know it.
And I don't do that to pastors. I'm not calling these pastors and say, hey, this person's sick. My baby got a cough. Can y'all pray? Can you run over? No, come on now. They're human and we can't be draining them like that. So have some
And
respect.
that people
Pastors got to
forget
be
that.
bold enough. Pastors got to be bold enough to tell their church members, like Bishop Battle said this morning, y'all stop wearing them out. Pastors got to be able to say, listen, I am not available 24 hours a day. Or you
Mm-hmm.
call somebody 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Call
Yeah.
911. That's what they're there for.
That's what, and they can do more than I can.
Mm-hmm.
That be the
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Yeah.
That be. Court, you ready? Okay, she back. She back. She
Oh, hey,
back. She back.
Courtney.
My battery died, and I didn't feel like bring the battery over there, so I said I'm gonna get comfortable.
Get comfortable,
Sorry, guys.
girl.
For
Mhm.
real.
Let
I know
me ask
Pastor
y'all this.
Graham. People don't know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all this because I was listening to what you all were saying. Where did we get this from that we have to call our pastor for
I
every little
know.
thing? Or we have
Where,
to ask the church, like my pastor was saying, like people are asking the church to help them buy tires. And where did this come from?
I don't
Do
right?
know.
y'all know?
No idea. I don't know. I
Learn
don't.
behavior.
Oh, that's
Mm.
good, Sean.
Learn behavior. Because my grandmother used to do it. My great grandmother used to do it. They were like stark members in their
Hmm.
churches, and everything was pastor, pastor, pastor. That's where we get to. Pastor got to come and bless the house before we go in. Pastor got to come lay
Mm.
hands on the car before we. This is just a learned behavior. You sit, call a pastor so he can pray. My son went to jail. Call the pastor. He ain't no chaplain. He ain't on the police
Mm.
force. He ain't nothing. What you
He
calling
ain't
him
no
for?
chaplain or nothing. But do you think that some pastors, not all, but do you think that some pastors have enabled this type
Yes.
of behavior due to
Yes.
codependency?
Yes.
A
Mm-hmm.
lot of them are a lot of them I feel like it's learned behavior also,
Okay.
because that's what older pastors used to do. They used to
Hmm.
get up at one,
Run.
two
Rip
o'clock
and
in the
run.
morning
Mm-hmm.
and go and pray for this person, go to the jail, see if they can get them out, or start making calls to the
Hmm.
judges and stuff like that. That's
Hmm.
what they're used to doing, and it's just been passed down. Somebody got to stop it,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
because people think that that's normal. Well, I'm
But
about to get
pastors
me
have to
a
have communications with their members to stop that process because if you don't tell them, they're going to continue to do like Sean said, that learned behavior. So
Hmm.
yeah.
you got to have your those conversations with them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then the people have to understand that yes, he is the pastor, but the pastor has assistants and all of
Hmm.
those things for a
Right.
reason.
I
They
think
are
Cruz
all
put in
capable to do
elders.
the
Yeah,
same
she
thing.
said. I think Cruz put that you got to call the elders, and that's one thing that Battles was saying. Also, y'all got elders and co-pastors and all this. Y'all need to call on, and some
Hmm.
of these church members they get me so mad. They feel like, oh, it has to be the pastor. It can't be nobody else. It can't be, and you just drain the man. And then when the man's 6 feet under, you sitting there crying, but
That's
you
right.
Who
don't
gonna
have
pray
to
for
put
you
the person
then
there.
when he gone?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Who gonna pray for you then?
Pastor Regina, have you joined? I have to
No,
call it
no,
names.
I will. My husband and I, we have said we will never become members of a church again.
Okay.
Because we went through so many bad experiences with churches before with memberships,
Okay.
where it was too much of trying to control your life, where you went, who you could go see, who you couldn't go see, who you could visit, who you couldn't go visit, who you can give an offering to, who you couldn't give an offering to.
Mm-hmm.
And when we finally had our last church split, which was a family church that we went to, big place, and it was so bad that I said I will never have a membership with a church. I will go where I want to. I
Wow.
don't like feeling confined. I would even tell people that came to my church. I said, there's no membership. I didn't have no membership cards. Only
Okay.
cards I had were visitor cards because I wanted people to feel free to come. If you're not here on this Sunday or next Sunday, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Go visit the church up the street. Go visit the same church in the parking lot if you want to. I
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
did not like, and I don't like the constraint. I don't like you gotta, pay your membership fees every month and all that stuff. It's too much of a control for me. So
Okay.
I will visit. I am a long time visitor. That's what I
Okay.
call myself. I got a friend of mine that we met in Mississippi when we travel up there a lot. Wonderful pastor, Pastor Kenneth Hollins. We go there and we visit all the time. And he calls us his Georgia family. And he's aware that, we're not going to be members. And then I got some church friends here in Georgia that I had to tell one individual, stop asking me to become a member, because if you ask me one more time, I will never attend this church again.
Ooh.
Because the person kept asking every Sunday when I would show up just to visit, or just be there to support. And I had to have a private conversation with him in the corner of the back of the church and said, if you ask me one more time, I will never come back. I
Mm.
don't. And that's just myself. And I chose that myself. And I didn't even make it for me and my husband, because my husband, he has his own faith walk, even though we're a married couple.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
he came to me and he said, you know what? He said, I'm not going to do this membership thing no more either.
Mm.
And so, no, we are not members, but we will go where we please. And to me, it feels
Mm-hmm.
like freedom where I
Mm-hmm.
go where I want. I can tithe where I want. I can give an offering where I want. Now, my tithing goes to our ministry. We have Truth and Triumph Ministries, which is our real 501c3 church organization. So my tithe goes there, but I'll give offering to several churches.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I will
Mm-hmm.
never have unless God tells me, I will
Mm-hmm.
never have a membership again.
Got you.
Mm-mm.
And
Every time
that's
Thank you for
weird.
sharing.
mm-mm.
Cause I've been feeling like that. But when I came home, just out of habit, um, I wanted to have a church home, but I'm at this point where I want to also work in other churches. I don't want to just be stuck in my church. I want to be able to go and work with choirs or praise teams or whatever, wherever. I don't want to be stuck every Sunday here.
Yeah,
My
sometimes
mom
we have
asked
that
me today,
restraint.
did you go to church? I said, no. I thought after your arm healed up, some you would be going. I said, yeah, but I never said that I was going to be going there every Sunday. I'm not
Mm.
doing it.
Cruiser.
I've done that all the time.
Cruiser said, y'all remember your grandparents would tell you to join a church so you'll have somebody to eulogize you. I know
Oh,
that's
Jesus.
right.
Oh,
They
Jesus.
did.
My
Mhm.
God,
Sure
today.
did.
But
My God.
nowadays,
You got a
it's
problem with that
really,
nowadays?
they're going to the funeral
Mm.
homes anyway, even with being members of churches.
Some of the
Mm.
pastors are telling the long time members, if you don't pay this certain dollar amount, we can't eulogize them.
Oh,
And it's sad. Oh
wow.
God, it's so sad. Some of the stories I've seen.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I
Mm.
agree with some kind of honorarium, because if it's not somebody who's not a member of the church, it may be your son, your cousin,
Mm-hmm.
your whoever, whatever. We still have to bring people in. Like, I think it should be
Mm-hmm.
some type of packages, like 1, 2, and 3, if you want just this, and you can have a minister and maybe a soloist, and then the
Mm-hmm.
next one you can have, like, a soloist, somebody pray, and somebody, you can have a full service, and then you can have one that includes the food and the do
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that for non-members or family members of. I don't see a problem with that. But when you
Mm-hmm.
have a trustee that's been your trustee for 35 years and you come with this big, I no, I don't think that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
People forget their loved ones will die. Exactly. Invest in the future, or you might be down there at the chapel.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Mm-hmm. I know
Gotta
that's
take
right.
care of everybody else. You gotta take care of you too.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So
Have a will. Let your people know where stuff is.
where it is, yeah. My daughter know where that right
Yeah. Yeah,
same.
get your paperwork drawn. And my husband and I went through all that, and we had to sit down with our kids. And my daughter's like, I don't want to hear this, and my son's like, I don't want to go over this. And I said, y'all gonna
Shoot.
sit here and y'all gonna listen to what we have to say. Y'all gonna get this paperwork, and y'all gonna call this lawyer if anything happened. Y'all gonna call this insurance lady if anything happened. This is what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna be prepared. Now, if y'all don't do it, y'all can't say I didn't give y'all instructions.
If they didn't do it,
Mm-hmm.
they would be fighting in probate court for years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's such a travesty to
Pay
see.
that money to those lawyers and have them draw up that paperwork, right? It's gonna be a little hefty fee trying to get them
You
living
can
wills and them other wills, and
Yeah,
it's gonna be a little hefty fee, but pay it. It's necessary, and record those paperworks in your county too, your county
come
court.
on.
Record 'em.
St. James, I did miss your point, but we do need to talk about having life insurance and stuff like that.
get it or you're gonna be
I do.
down at Willie
For
Watkins.
real, for real. Because just a simple term life, you can
Mm,
get your a little piece of term life
mm-hmm. Low
for
monthly payments.
very low, for
Mm-hmm.
about as much as a Netflix
Mm-hmm.
subscription. But what
Affleck
was your
is
point,
good
James?
too.
Let me read it again though. But we do need to, we see this happen time and time again where people are having to do GoFundMe's though on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hearing about people having to go to probate court and do different
Yeah.
things like that, fighting for their loved ones.
You got
Mm-hmm.
somebody going through it right now. Family
Living trust.
members are
Yes,
breaking into
Cruiser.
houses and taking stuff and just doing all kind of because nothing was
Properly
concrete.
done.
Well,
Yeah.
now Cruiser, I'm with you when you write, but at the bare minimum is what I'm saying. Get you a term at the bare minimum, because
Something.
people can't afford a
Right.
whole.
Term has
And
its
then not only that,
benefits. Yeah, it does has its benefits. It absolutely does. Mm-hmm.
and then some
But that's
people
why.
can't
Go ahead.
afford a living trust either.
Now,
So at least get you a will.
I think what Cruz might be saying, these term lives after a certain amount of age you
Yes.
get to, because my husband had one, they will jump. They will jump from like $30 a month, we'll just say
Mhm.
example, $30 to $300 a month. So after
Mhm.
a while, the older you get, the more expensive they
Mhm.
will get, and you will have to transfer or change out of it. But if you
Uh-huh.
got you a good insurance agent, like my husband and I, we stick and stay with Allstate. I had Allstate since I was 19 years old. I have the
Mhm.
same
Mhm.
insurance lady since I was 19, and her Allstate branch is really good. So stick and stay with people that will help you through that process. Because my
Well,
husband got that note. He had a little piece of insurance, like Courtney say, and he was going from $30 a month to $300 a month.
we got to do a show on this alone though, because
Mhm,
Cruiser, because I know you're in the estate planning business. We got to talk offline,
mhm.
but we really should do a separate show on this, because we do need to educate wherever,
And I
because
would say
we just
this
never know. Mhm.
I would
Because a
say
lot
this
of people
also.
don't
I
know.
got a call from my insurance agent, and they were going over some insurance policies and stuff, and they now are pushing more of the mortgage protection, which if you pass away, if you have your mortgage in this insurance, I forget the name that she called it, but they will actually send the money to the mortgage company. See, before they weren't
Mhm.
doing that. They would give
Mhm.
the money to your beneficiary. But
Mhm.
what happened is a lot of these beneficiaries would take the money, spend it,
Wasn't
and never
paying.
pay up the mortgage.
Yep.
And so they
Mhm.
don't have nowhere to live, but they got the fancy car in the
Yep.
driveway. So
Yep.
what they're doing now is pushing this insurance that they will literally pay off your mortgage, and anything that is left from that they will give to
Goes
your
to.
beneficiary. Because a
Mhm.
lot of people
Mm.
lose homes because of
Mhm.
Yeah.
that. They feel
Mhm.
like, well, I'll just make the payment. I'll just keep making the payment on it and end up losing the home.
Yeah.
Let me acknowledge this though, because Cruiser, I see what you're saying. Because Cruiser is saying that with the term, once you term out, you start over again. So I get what you're saying, Cruiser. I was just saying like that's a low barrier to entry just to start.
Let me tell you, when my babies were born, I didn't have that much money. When my babies were born, I did Gerber life insurance. I did a little Gerber life insurance on my babies. And people feel like, oh, you shouldn't be getting insurance on your babies. When my babies came out the womb, they had Gerber life insurance on them because you don't want nothing to happen to your kids.
That's right.
But
they need
until I could get something better, that's what I did.
Some people never invest or
invest,
so they die broke. At that point, there's no need for a will. This is true. Yeah. Let's see. You don't know you can pay more in premium insurance than your beneficiary get in death insurance. Death benefit. I didn't know that. But see, this is something that we were never taught. We've passed down everything through generations but investments. We don't, nobody said, even if they had businesses, do this, or they never taught it to the rest of the family so that it can continue on. And once they pass, it's just gone.
And we're seeing a lot of issues. Yes. And we're seeing a lot of issues with that as it pertains to, what did I just see? Was it Jet? The family that owns Jet magazine? They're having an issue. It's another famous Harold's Chicken.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
They're having an issue. Yeah. And that's sad because you work so hard to build a legacy only for it to be ruined because things weren't handled.
But the problem is some people don't even see what they have as a legacy. They just see that, hey, I got this house and we fine. They don't see it as a legacy, but those that do see it as a legacy will put things in place to protect it. But, you could put things in place, but if the beneficiaries don't do their part, they could lose the very legacy that y'all put in place. So it's important to have those conversations with the beneficiaries. Now, some people are like, well, I don't want to tell my kids I got all this insurance and they're going to get it because they be trying to knock you off.
Right.
But if you feel like that around your kids, you need
some but some people really do feel that way.
They do.
And so they don't want their people to know. But it wasn't until I started being in the estate planning industry that I was like, hey, Mom, we got to have this conversation. And she didn't want to talk about it. She did not want to talk. I don't know why Black people don't want to talk about it. And the reality of it is appointed a man wants to die. We all got to go.
It's coming.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom, look, here's my insurance. You know where I go to church at. This, that, and the third. Like, we got to put things in place because you just never know. And I would never want you to ever, I would never want my family to ever be in a position to where they got to fry fish to at least cremate me.
Come on. That part.
And that's just a cremate. Let's do a midweek find that, because I know Pastor Regina does Mondays. Was it 12?
Well, Pastor Grant
Money
does
Management.
Money Mondays.
Money
Pastor
Mondays.
Grant does that. Yeah, she does business finance. Yeah.
Let's do an open panel, and because we don't talk about it.
Get Cruz on here. Let's get some professionals. If anybody in the insurance,
Shy Rosalind says she can do it, so you can get Shy Rosalind. She's willing to share. Cruza is willing to share.
Because she actually.
Shy Rosalind, you're in the insurance space, or she was just saying that
she had an experience with her.
Okay.
With her mom. I don't know if she's in, but yeah, that's something because we need to do it.
Now y'all just said y'all were gonna slow down on the line.
We ain't doing no marathons.
Listen, say James, you saw I said that's Pastor Grant does the Money Mondays. I ain't say I do. Pastor Grant does them Money Mondays, honey.
Yeah,
it ain't about a slow. I need to pick up.
I need to
get in here
because I've been.
Let's definitely do that.
No every day though. I ain't gonna do it every day now.
But consistency pays. Consistency pays off. I'm not.
But what I do is if I don't go live, I at least try to post something, a short, something on the community wall, some kind of something, just to try to keep some kind of
I,
But
Yeah.
I was going hard one month. St. James was like, Regina, that juice over there, she going live all the time. I was going hard one month.
Listen,
I
you
was
was
like,
going
but
ham.
and can I tell you that check did look nice, but I was like, I ain't doing that no
that was a
more.
lot of work though, huh?
Oh
That was
my
a lot
God.
of work.
I was
You
using
got to work
Office
on your
Clip. I
body.
was using StreamYard clips. I was stream. I was doing a lot. It was too much. I said, nah, I said, I need to look at my man in the face and know what he looked like. I can't do this no
Come
more.
on.
I had to slow down. Trust God. I said, come on, God. The following month was a little lower, but I was like, oh, well, that's all right, God. I got some sleep.
Okay, you traded 1 for 1 because listen, St. Jack, listen, Apostle, I don't know if it's just his birthday that just passed or something. I don't know, but our leader has been on one. He
1,000.
Hey, what I miss?
just been on. He been on one. Don't bother the apostle this till after July, cause
That is funny.
he is. Let's see. Before my dad passed, he picked out his casket, his suit, and the flowers, and he paid for it in cash. My mom didn't have to worry about any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
So
dad would start talking about stuff, and I'm just
Before my mom passed away, my mom had ovarian cancer and she lived 2 years. Doctor said she would only live 2 months. She lived 2 years and 4 months. And before she passed, she told me and my siblings she did not want a funeral. My mom was the one, she never went to a funeral. Even when my younger brother passed away, my mom did not go to the funeral. And y'all have to understand, my mom lost one of her children. It's my older brother, the one I take care of, and then there was another brother. After my brother, that baby passed away, unfortunately, tragically, and at birth. Not at birth, but the baby was around 1 or 2 years old, from my understanding. And then it was me. So my mom had this thing from an early start where she didn't like funerals. And when she passed, before she passed away, she told us she did not want a funeral. So much so that she told us if we gave her a funeral, she was gonna come back and haunt us.
and hunt.
She's gonna come back and haunt you. So she did. She wanted to be cremated, and she did not want a funeral. And she made sure that we upheld to that.
Look at St. James talking about God has instructed me to correct the house.
I love it. I love it. Pastor Prim says, as part of my legacy, I gave the publishing to one of my songs to each of our children. And one to each of my grandchildren. And my wife gets all my catalog. It's another way to set them up.
That's
That
sweet.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, Pastor Prim, you're gonna have to come
Prim?
on too. You're gonna have to come on too, cause
let's do this before August. If we're partnering, if you're doing it, I can just tune in. Either way, it's fine.
Y'all know I'm off for
You said you wanted to do it this week,
3
though,
more
right?
weeks.
During the week.
If this week is fine, we'll talk about it behind the.
Okay.
We can get it together so we can actually
what you wrote?
structure everything.
Okay.
Chris has started paying attention to estate planning because my paternal grandfather died not knowing his network.
Wow.
Makes sense.
Imagine how many Black people have died not knowing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they don't
because
teach
they
them
didn't
that
know.
just because the home is paid for don't mean that you still don't have taxes to pay. And you know how many people, oh my God,
That's how they
you know how many
lose
people
it.
lose their homes because of tax sales?
Yeah.
Yes.
Her house. Okay.
Yes.
Well, you still have taxes left, but
Yeah. The stories are so sad. Oh my God.
They end up getting put out, not just
you never taught them the taxes are due.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Somebody leave you the home, but you can't pay the taxes. Yeah.
I'm Airbnb, and if it's something I can't pay the taxes on, now you gave it to me, I ain't gonna get rid of it, but I also not gonna go into debt or lose it.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, again, that's something that was not passed down through generations. So how can they teach us something they don't know?
And then a lot of people just don't know what assets their family members have. They don't know that they got people that's sitting in rentals that they own. They don't know because they never shared it with them.
That's right. And that's why I was about to say, Pastor Regina, it's because why are we like this? we
It's
don't
not our
want to
fault.
share because we're concerned about what? Like somebody has to know these things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't
But
know.
why do we not share? Why do we not?
Out
That's
of for
something
fear
else
of
that's
people
been
not
taught.
knowing, you don't want people to know your money situation. You don't want people to know you have. But then what happened is when you don't
Mhm.
tell anybody and you pass
Something
away,
happens.
nobody know you had all this. The taxes come due, and these other people come in and swoop up all these properties.
Probate
I
court.
have been at some tax sales where I was like, my God,
I know they
properties,
Really?
lost that.
man. Oh my God.
I've looked at some storages and been like, gosh,
Yeah.
people
Mm-hmm.
don't even know that their loved ones had storages.
Mhm. Yeah, they
And they
don't
got
know.
mink coats and jewelry and all kind of stuff, and it just goes to
People feel like, "Well, I don't want them to know my business. I don't want them to know this, know
Mhm.
that." And unfortunately, so much estate is lost because, like Cruiser said, you don't know their net worth.
hmm there was abundance of money. He was living, not realizing he actually had a network. He had land, government,
Wow.
retirement money. Wow. Residual
Visual
money from
money from a farm.
farm. Our family has a farm right now and it's just sitting. And I'm
Wow.
like, so why don't y'all like, but they pay the taxes, is the
Wow,
land is
Cooper.
kept up, it's got, is, and I'm like, why don't y'all just sell it? Y'all just want to keep it in the family just to say that we have land but do nothing with it? I don't understand.
That part.
I don't understand.
That's
If you're
another
not going to
question.
use it, sell it.
Maybe they sit on it because, yeah, maybe they sit on it to say that they have it in the family is something that can
But
pass
that's
down.
dumb because
It
there's
doesn't
no,
make sense.
pass it
I'm with
down
you.
to who? You just passing down a bunch of land to who? For
It's
what?
it becomes generational wealth, and it remember, land is always going to increase in value. Very seldom does land decrease in value. Okay, now
Yeah.
homes may decrease, but that land usually stays good in value. But
Mhm.
it depends on what the family's thoughts are. Do they want to keep the land just to get the extra money, and have it grow, and then eventually sell it later on? It depends. My husband and I, we actually just sold. We had 10 acres, and we just sold it to our son, because we're like, we're not doing nothing with it. My son was like, he's like, Mom, I'll buy it. And so, it just, and it's just sitting there, but my son is a businessman, and he's like, okay,
Mm.
it's going to grow from the time I bought it to where it's going to grow. And that's always been his thought. I mean, he bought his first piece of land when he was 8 years old.
Wow.
8 8 years old. He saved
Yes.
little money. His little My mom used to give him money when he was in school if he got good A's and B's and all that. At 8 years old, he bought his first piece of property. Eight,
Wow.
yeah.
That's
He did good on it. When he
awesome.
turned around and sold it, he kept it when he graduated high school, and he ended up selling it, and he made a good little profit. I mean,
Let me ask this right quick and then we can whatever we're gonna do. How long does it normally take to sell land?
what do you mean how long? Because you could get a piece of land today and sell it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It depends.
Okay.
You could sell.
But I'm
We purchased a piece
just
of land in Florida once. We purchased a piece of land. Maybe this will help Courtney with her answer. I was in the process. I was buying a piece of land in Florida, and while I was in contract and going through getting the title done and everything, I think a week into my contract, somebody contacted me and said they wanted to buy the land from me. I hadn't even closed on it yet.
mm,
Wow.
And I said,
Mhm.
well, let me finish my part first. Let me close out mine, and then I sell it. 30 days after I bought it, I sold it.
Mm.
So it depends. My son, when he was in contract with his land, somebody contacted us and said they wanted to buy it from him. Well, he refused it. He turned it down. He didn't want it.
Okay.
But they wanted to buy it before he even closed it.
Wow.
So it depends. If you get a good deal, you could be good. We bought some land in Georgia. We went three-way when my husband, my sister, myself. We
Mhm.
bought some land, and a builder had lost the land back to the lender. It went back to the
Mhm.
lender, and we ended up buying it. And that builder contacted us trying to buy it before we closed
wow.
because I got it at a steal. Still wanted to build the houses on it, but I waited until, of course, we closed, and I think I waited again 30 days after we closed, and then we ended up selling it back to him for like triple the price. But he still made a deal because he put a house on there and build it, you know, and got
See, I
it.
didn't know land flipped that fast like that. That's why.
It depends
It
what you
can.
get, what you get, and the value of it.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
see, my family, I think me and one of my other cousins know about it. Other than that, it's my grandmother's children. Don't nobody even, and I just found out last year.
I love a piece of land because you ain't got to do no maintenance. I mean, as long as the county ain't coming
Yeah.
telling you to cut no grass, listen, you get you a piece of land. I ain't got to worry about no utility. I ain't got to worry about nothing. Child, I love me a good piece of land.
Yeah.
Sit it
just gotta
there
like
and
that.
okay, go ahead and you want to buy it, buy it. I ain't got to maintain it. I ain't got to worry about nobody. Well, I do have to worry about some squatters. Sometimes people come and they try and squat on your land.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Very, very seldom they do more squatting. They do more squatting in the houses, but land is such less of a headache for
Yeah.
us. And that's why my husband and I loved it. I mean, we love doing land deals.
My husband and I created trust, and we made sure we created will that outline all of our children's desires and what bills would need to be paid. Yeah. We have to put that stuff in writing, and we got to get out of this. What happens in my house stays in my house, and then your kids, you lose your house, and then your kids don't know what. Like, we got to start. This is a time to start really teaching our kids and grandkids and nieces and nephews. They see enough on social media to talk about. This is stuff that is going to help them long term.
Ownership is key. I used to tell the kids when my husband had his office, um, I would tell the people that would come in and we would have little classes for youth to come in, 18, 19 years old and stuff like that. And I would talk to them. I said, you need to own something. You could buy a little piece of land somewhere. And at the time, you could buy a little piece of land like $2,000, $5,000. I said, just own something. It makes your life feel more valuable. Just own something. And people, the teenagers will be like, we can't buy anything. Yeah, 18 and older, you could buy. 19 years old, depending on what state you're in, you could own. And it
Just
just,
people think it's a lot, and it's not.
and it's really not. When you look up some of these deals to get you a little piece of land,
You don't want to teach a class?
we were doing that back when he had his office, and we haven't gone back into it. And
What's
here's
about
the
online?
no, I haven't. No. Here's the problem. Some of these kids, they just so hard. They would rather have the tennis shoes. They
They
rather
want it like this.
a shirt. And I'm like, where's the value in that? Where
Ain't no.
it's sometimes it's so hard to get through to some of them. But out of all of them, you may find one or two, because I found two out of the whole bunch of people that we were talking to and dealing with, and they were like, yeah, Miss Regina, we want to buy some land. Help us to buy some land.
Y'all don't pay bills for the dearly departed. No health bills, credit card bills, etc. Tell creditors they gone.
They gone.
Listen. These people kept calling for my grandma when my grandmother passed, and they kept calling. And my
they don't
uncle
ask what's their
kept
estate. They have
telling
an
them.
estate.
She's like, she passed. My mother passed, and they was like, well, we just need to talk to somebody. My uncle gave them the number to the cemetery.
Mighty God. Them people
They called back and said, well, that's the number to the cemetery. He said, I told you she was dead. Stop calling.
Them people done called up there though. That's crazy.
They did call. They called. They asked for a number. They got it. Now, stop calling this house. But it happened. So, well, ladies, we have done a wonderful show.
Yes.
I enjoyed today. Again, listen, y'all. We take our time and we do these things. Everybody got a life. Everybody got stuff to do, but we do still take our time out, and because we love our community, and that's who we are. So and I'm about to change this, because I had my little thing put up, but I think I'm gonna have to change my background music, But however, this is what we need y'all to do. Subscribe to all channels. Share, spread the word. This show was good. This show was good. Shop the merchandise for everybody. Go and listen to crib music, do all of the things. And then if you want to, if you feel so, hit either one of our platforms for any ways to support. But the main way to support is hitting the like button.
Hit the like button. More grace, Tay. I see you over there. More grace, Tay.
That's what it is. Well, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. Like I
All
said
right.
before, I started with me and I'm going to end with me. This is one of the songs that I think the first time I did it, I was 15. And my uncle said from that moment on, anytime it's sung, I was going to do it. And during this concert, I was out in the musicians, offering times we take a break. This was my last time taking a break during offering because of what happened. So you're going to see somebody directing, but my uncle said, I said no, and he pushed me on up, and y'all going to see the rest of it. I love y'all. Again, turn on your notifications, hit the like button, and we'll see y'all next Sunday. Bye, guys. All right, y'all. That's it. Nope, I said remove. So like I said, y'all, please enjoy this. It's old school. It's a video, a VHS, so you already know what the quality is going to be like. But listen, I love what I do, and I want to share it with you all because I didn't know y'all back then. So are y'all gonna see a dress? You are. You're gonna see the skirt, but that's all right. God is still good. All right, y'all. I'm gonna take myself off of here. I'm gonna remove myself, and I'm gonna add this, and I will see y'all on another day.